Thank Hello, everyone, and welcome to the plane. How's everyone doing today? Oh my gosh. I hope you're doing fantastic. Ignore that. We're okay. I'm alive. I'm not dead. How's everyone doing? Hello, OD. Welcome on in. How are you doing? Let's see. There we go. Welcome back to our mini in-between game. So for those of you who are new or just don't know, or maybe need a refresher like me, because I always do. For the past, I think 4 years at this point, I have been playing, I've been on a quest to play every single Phoenix Wright or Ace Attorney game. Well, no, we'll say Phoenix Wright because I don't know if I'm going to play the others, but I've on a goal to play every single Phoenix Wright and every single Professor Layton game. So I've been starting with the first two trilogies. I went back to back. We played the crossover, and now we're starting the second trilogy. So we just finished the first Apollo Justice game. We just finished that last week. And what I like to do in between each little visual novel, each little game, I like to find a little, it's not always a visual novel, but it usually is just like a little thing to give us like a little bit of a scenery change, you know, something different. That way it's not just the same thing all the time for literal months on end. So yeah, we played a lot of fun little games. We played Necopara. We played a really cool game that one of my friends helped work on. Oh shoot, what was it called? I have it here. Oh, Blooming Panic, which was really fun. I greatly enjoyed that one. And then we have the infamous Hush Hush, which I played most recently, and that game was really fun. I really enjoyed that. So today we're going to be playing Cabin Fever. Now, Cabin Fever is made by the same people who made Hush Hush. Cabin Fever was their first game, or first visual novel. I don't think it was their first game. The studio, the devs, Sad Panda Studios, they made the mobile idol clicker game, Crush Crush, which is like a waifu idol game, which I've been playing for probably a year at this point, and it's super duper fun. I really like it. They also made Blush Blush, which is the same thing but for guys, or males, or husbandos. And then I think maybe like a year or a couple months into making Crush Crush, they came out with this, which is Cabin Fever. And so we're going to be playing that today. I'll talk a little more about it when we actually get to the screen there, but I'm pretty excited. I think it's going to be pretty short. Like, we might only get 2 streams out of this, 1 or 2. Like, this is, out of all the visual novels, this is definitely the shortest I played. At least looking from reviews and other things, I don't think there's too many multiple endings. It is their first one, so it's a little shorter. But I don't think it's going to be any less quality. But I definitely, I don't know if it's going to be better than Hush Hush. I think that's going to be still one of my favorites. But yeah, I'll talk a little more once I get there. Got some chamomile lavender tea today. My favorite kind of tea. I was thinking dandelion, since we're going out in the woods, but I feel like chamomile lavender is a very outdoorsy kind of flavor. It's relatively herbal. It's pretty good, very nice. So I'll be sipping that throughout the stream. It is Thanksgiving this week, so I can kind of give you a little lineup of what's going to happen. So Wednesday, I'm planning on doing some Blue Archive. We have the Morio story, the mini story, which is going to be really silly because they're going to have Arata being crazy. I think Arata's in it. I'm going to be so sad if she's not in the story, but we're going to have Arata being silly, and then we're going to do some of the relationship quests. I have a lot. I have a couple to get through, and I'm almost done with Swimsuit Renge. We're probably not going to get to her anyway, but So that'll be Wednesday. Saturday I'll be taking off because I'm going away for Thanksgiving. We're gonna go see some family, we're gonna hang out, and I'll be back by Monday, where we'll probably finish Cabin Fever. And with that, the holiday season will have begun. And so I don't plan to do too many Christmassy things, maybe a couple. But one thing to look forward to is the yearly Christmas build. Every year, Lego makes a Christmas themed winter village set. Last year, it was the Santa's post office. The year before that was the Adirondack Lodge. And this year, or the year before that, was like a winter A-frame. It was really pretty. Yeah, family. It's gonna be fun. I haven't seen them in about a year, so it'll be cool. It's some uncles. Aunt and uncle, I mean. But yeah, this year, Lego came out with a Christmas train. And I love trains. I love them. I used to get all the Lego City trains back when I was a kid. So I'm a big fan of Lego trains, and so they made a little steam engine that drives around and has little gifts and compartments. And on top of that, it also includes the first ever 3D printed Lego piece. So the 3D print, and obviously I'm not going to talk too much about it. I'll talk when I'm actually building it, but it's really cool. They're trying something new. I know a lot of people don't like it, but it's like they're not going to replace all of their Legos with 3D prints. They're just trying something new as like something different. It's like a one-off thing. They'll do a few more, but it's not going to they're not going to replace all Legos with 3D print. But I'm excited to see their take on the 3D print. So that's cool. So you can look forward to that. That's coming up pretty soon. I'm really excited. I like my annual holiday builds. They're always fun. So, and I haven't built a Lego set in a while. Actually, I lied. I literally just built the Happy Plants Lego set a few days ago. So I haven't built one on stream in a while. The last Lego set I built on stream was, is it the Death Star? I'm looking at them. I think it was the Death Star. I'm pretty sure it was the Death Star that we built on stream. That was probably the last one. So yeah, lots of fun Lego builds in the future. Also, obviously we have the Christmas train I just talked about. I also have the Onyx Cinder that I just got a couple days ago. And then we have, I can't decide if I want to build the gingerbread AT-AT on stream. I might. We'll see. We'll see how long the other ones take. But we have a bunch of Lego builds coming up. So that'll be fun. And yeah. And then I gotta find a new game for Saturdays. We just finished A Hat in Time last Saturday with Octo. And it was so much fun. And I will say, I immediately, like I said, after that like grueling hour and a half level that Octo and I went on, I said I was never opening the game like for a week. I literally opened it 4 hours later and I was downloading mods and the workshop maps, and there's some Kaizo maps in there, and I was having a ball. So I said I was done. We are done. At least with the main game. I might come back and try out a Kaizo map or some other custom maps, because some of them were really fun. A lot of them were like pretty standard. There was some really interesting ones, but I was mostly surprised, and maybe I'll show you, but like the variety of maps. You assume Hat in Time custom maps would be puzzle platformer, maybe a little bit of like comedy with the NPCs talking. The literal first map I played was a Call of Duty Zombies inspired map. So it's a first person shooter, zombie wave game. I was like, wait, what? And then the second one I played was just straight up like a surrealist comedy visual novel. Most of them are puzzle platforms, I will say, but there's some with like, I played one that had like a James Bond-esque opening theme, like they made a music video and they hired a professional musician to record and produce a song for the game. Like there was some high effort maps in there. So I don't know, it really, I was like okay, I'm ready to move on, and I think I am. I don't know when I'm going to stream it again, if I ever will, but I'm definitely not done playing that game. That game is so cool. Because I mean, what, the game's been out for, it came out 2018, 2017, I think. So it's been out for almost a decade. So I have a lot of hat and time to catch up on. So that being said, I don't know if I'm going to stream it. Obviously next Saturday, we're going to do our Lego building stream, or not next Saturday. I mean, we're going to do a Lego building stream. So do look forward to that. But after that, I don't know. I'll have to figure out a new Saturday game. I have so many, I'll be able to find one, but I'll try to find something fun. But yeah, that's kind of the outlook. And then hopefully next year I'll debut. I feel like what I need to do is I just need to keep saying that, not to myself, but to you guys. I need to, like, I've been working on a trailer and I just need to finish that. I need to put a date in there. I just have to put a date in and post it publicly. That way I have to finish. Because if I just keep saying, this is the day I'm going to be done by, I'm not going to do it. But if I put it in like my bio, put it like, add it to like my Twitter handle like everyone else does, even if nobody sees it, the fact that I think someone will know will make me finish it. Maybe, OD. I don't know if we're quite there, but I will definitely remember that, because I definitely might need that. I'm pretty close, but I need to learn a song. I need to learn, I think just, well, I probably should learn all the songs much better, but there's one I definitely need to learn. I need to finish setting up the scenes, make a little trailer and some other videos. I'm really doing too much for ultimately probably very little people to actually see it, but it's fine. It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. But look forward to that next year. I'm thinking, I don't know. See, my birthday is in January, and I was thinking about debuting as my birthday thing. I don't know if I want to though, because I don't want my debut to be my birthday at the same. I don't know. Maybe, is that fine? I don't know. I don't think it's a big issue, but I feel like it is to do that. We'll see. It might be later. I want to move to a different apartment, and so I might do it after I move, but I shall see. Anyway, although now I think, well, no, people do debut dates and they do debut anniversaries, but I could just honestly, so here's a fun little fact. Here's a fun little E2 fact. I've been lying to everyone for 4 years. I kept saying that my debut, or my year anniversary, which I believe no, I didn't skip. My yearly anniversary, I can't believe I've never made a joke with that. But I've been saying it's like around my birthday, and I've been lying to you guys because I actually, my annual streamer mark is actually, and I have no idea why. I have no idea why, but my actual anniversary is September 11th. Hello, Gare. Welcome in. How are you doing? New drip. Yes. Well, actually, not that new. I actually didn't even talk about that. Oh, let me finish my live first. Hello, Ice. Hello. So, yes, for the longest time, I think about after a year and a half of streaming, I was like, when is my, like, everyone's doing anniversary streams. I'm definitely not big enough to do an anniversary stream at that point, but I was like, I should probably know. So I looked it up, And for whatever reason, and I think I have sort of a reason, I started streaming on 9/11, which, if you're not an American, September 11th, 2001, a huge tragedy took place. It is nationally considered a day of mourning. It's not a good day. Very, very horrible tragedy. So why did I decide on that day of all days to start my streaming journey? I don't know. So you can see why I've been kind of doing my anniversary streams around my birthday time, because I don't really want to have an anniversary on that day. Granted, I don't have to do it on that specific day, but I've been moving it. Also, it puts it near the after the holiday season. It's a time of joy, so it's like, you know. Yeah, but I'm debating about going back to that because it'd be more, it'll be known as E2 Day. Oh gosh. But yes, my only reasoning I can think of is because, like many other streamers, I started streaming during the pandemic. I was at college and, you know, we didn't have anything to do. Luckily, I had suite mates, so I had 2 other guys that I could hang out with, but otherwise I was basically alone most of the time if I wasn't going to class, which was also pretty rare. And if you look at the time frame, September 11th is like 2 or 3 weeks into going to college, or maybe I was already there for a bit, but so that was like right about the time, the perfect time for like me to be at college, to be isolated, to be like, well, I have a computer, let's start streaming. So yeah, that's my only reason as to why I definitely, it was not a conscious decision. It was probably like, because usually, at least up until like, well, now that I work in a school, I do get, you know, they always have like a moment of silence or whatever. I've always had like, there's always been something like some kind of email, some kind of announcement being like, you know, remember, or you open up Twitter or something and it's all over. And I guess that day I just didn't check, so it didn't click that it was September 11th, and I was like, your boy's gonna do his stream as Genshin dailies, because that's what I used to do. I'd stream Genshin dailies for about 40 minutes, hit end stream, and do it again. The early E2 streams were interesting. I would literally stream for 40 minutes every single day at like 7 in the morning. Because why would you stream at a normal time when you could stream at 7 in the morning? And I truly believe that me streaming, granted, I don't think it's that big of a deal now, but because I used to stream like early, 7, 8 in the morning every single day. And so then after I graduated and had a job and had to not, you know, I had to be at work, I had to start streaming at night. And you know, so many of my friends couldn't make it because they were all streaming. You know, I basically only made like European friends, because that's when European people are watching streams. But yeah, because I think my first class was at 11, and I didn't want to sleep in. I didn't just want to be like in bed all day. So I was like, all right, Genshin is out, I'm enjoying it. I'm gonna get up every single day at 7, do my dailies, get breakfast. Or I think it was the other way around. And then, you know, that way I'm awake. And so streaming was a nice way to do that. But yeah. Petition to replace the memorial of in New York City with a statue of Navi. Oh gosh. I don't think the American people would appreciate that. I do not think so. But I will say I have been to the memorial in New York City. It is very pretty. It's very somber. It's very cool though. Highly recommend checking it out. It's very cool. Obviously it's a little sad, but it's a very pretty like fountain with like a bunch of stuff in the middle. I want to stream in the AM, but I can never wake up. Yes. Honestly, I would do so much better if I could stream in the morning. I like it. It was like a nice thing to just like start my day with, get the energy up, and then I had, you know, I had energy for the rest of my classes and whatever. But I was like, no, it's like after work, I've already used my energy. But I don't know. We'll see. See, my dream goal would be to be a full-time video editor. Like, you know, work on my own. So that way I could just stream in the morning, take a nap, and then do video editing for the rest of the day, you know? But alas, video editing is hard to get into. But one day. Shoot, that reminds me, I was watching a video today, and some guy, he was like a VOD of his YouTube channel, and he was like, man, I wish I could just have an editor to to edit clips for me, because I don't want to do that. And I was like, oh, I could do that. So I need to message them, just out of the blue, be like, hey, I'll do it. I don't know if you were being serious or not, but if you are. But we'll see. I think they were joking, but I'm gonna take it seriously. It'll be fine. Yeah. Well, hey, you know where to find me. You know where to find me, Odie. Unless you're talking about you want someone to reach out to you and ask for work, because that's what I want. Ultimately, that's what I want. I want someone to just be like, hey, make it for me. I don't want to have to put any effort in actually finding the job. That's the hard part. Oh, man. One day. But I will reach out and hopefully they say yes. And maybe not. We'll see. We'll find out. But anyway, I think we've yapped. Have we yapped? Also, it looks like Stream Elements has fixed itself, so I'm gonna hesitantly bump my bitrate back up to 6,000 and pray that Stream Elements doesn't die. Looks like it's fine. Okay, are we ready? Let's go over to the main game and I'll yap about the game. Okay? Okay. Well, here we are. Welcome to Cabin Fever. I love the little guitar music. It's very cool. I wanted to use a controller because I like using controllers for visual novels. I don't think that's going to be a possibility given the fact that it's not working. We'll try config maybe. Okay. I guess not. I guess I can't use a controller. I don't know why. I always like using controllers on visual novels. It's just something. I think it's because I can like put the controller in my lap and just kind of vibe. You know, where I could put my keyboard in my lap, but that's not as much as a vibe. So, but yes, welcome to Cabin Fever. This is a game made by Sad Panda Studios. They first made Crush Crush, the hit waifu idol game. It's really fun. I love it. And after, I think a year after Crush Crush, they went ahead and they made their first ever visual novel, which was this, Cabin Fever. They then went on to make Blush Blush, which is the same thing, except with husbandos. And then the acclaimed and incredible Hush Hush, which I'm sure maybe you guys remember my streams of Hush Hush. That was such a fun game. I loved Hush Hush so much. Especially Peanut. That's where I fell in love with Peanut. I mean, I already loved Peanut from Crush Crush, but getting to go on more dates with her, that was awesome. But it all began, at least their visual novels, it all began with Cabin Fever. So Cabin Fever is a post-apocalyptic world where we live like out secluded in a cabin, and we find this girl Mallory right here on the screen. You can see her name is Mallory, and she's a little sickly, but together she joins our cabin. We live together. We have cute little, I don't know, things. Just scenes, and then we get married, probably. I don't know how the game ends. I don't know if there's multiple endings or whatever. I just know that this game is very cute, it is very fun, and that I cannot use a controller for it. So alas, get a lap desk. I probably should. Me, after buying my sit stand desk, I don't want it. I want a lap desk instead. I hope that the girl's glutes or legs are strong, quite dangerous sitting on the roof. Yeah, it's something. Especially her. She's sick. I don't know what kind of sick she is. We're gonna find out. I don't think there's gonna be anything like, I know in Hush Hush there was a couple like pretty messed up scenes, like with the not messed up, but I guess triggering scenes, especially with the stalker. That was pretty intense. And then there was a lot of just big emotional beats. I don't know how emotional this one's gonna be. I assume they're probably going to have a few, but in all honesty, given the length of the game, I don't know if these are gonna hit, but maybe. I really believe it. I love Sad Panda Studios writing. It's a Maria. You found him. Who have you found? Mambo. Hello, Maria. You found me. I am here. Go follow Maria. You've come at just the right time. We're about to start playing the game. But you mamboed and vanished. No! Did I really? Oh, man. Also, I got distracted. No worries, no worries. Thank you for the random Koyuki. No worries. Oh yeah, also, I totally forgot, Gare. You mentioned the new outfit and I didn't even talk. So I totally forgot. I'm using my sweater outfit. So I have 3 outfits. I have my normal one, my flannel one, and then this one. I figured I'd use the sweater because, as you can see, Mallory has a sweater. You'll get to learn a little more about the sweater, I assume. You might be wondering, how do I know so much about the game if I haven't played it? That is because in Crush Crush, Mallory became a playable character, and Crush Crush is just like all Sad Panda Studios games, which I've come to realize, all Sad Panda Studio games are in the same multiverse. So Crush Crush and Hush Hush are in like the same universe, but like multiverses, so they're the same but different, you know? And so Mallory came from her universe, got transported into Crush Crush, and you get to learn a little bit about her story. So I do know a fair amount. I do know the sweater that she wears is very important. So I figured I'd pull out the sweater because I like it. The winter solstice, it's among us. It is coming after Thursday. I'm so excited. I love Christmas. But yes. And fun fact about the flannel and this sweater, these are both real things that I have. I have the sweater in real life, and I have the flannel and undershirt in real life. Whoa, 3-stream watch streak. Let's go. Congrats. Congrats on the 3-stream watch streak. But yes, I love these. These are like my 2 favorite outfits, are the sweater, the dad sweater, and the flannel. So I was like, I want to bring them into my model. So I probably won't ever, I don't know, maybe one day I'll get an actual Live 2D model of it, but I really like them. They're simple and they're fun. I also have, give me a second, it's gonna like super lag out. I also have some extras. Huge fan of sweaters. Yes. A sweater dresses. Ooh. I know you have a sweater dress thingy. But yes. I also have this little thing here. You can add the earmuffs and the scarf. I really like it. I'm happy with how they turned out. But yeah, I made all these I think last year, I believe. But yes, I don't think this is cold enough to justify the scarf and earmuffs. So I'm gonna go back to normal winter. But I did want to show that off because I love it. And I don't get to use that one too often. But unfortunately with VideoTube, it takes 1 billion years to load in a new model. There we go. So I wish you could just toggle. I guess I could, because I don't really use expressions in this. I don't even know if I have them. Yeah, I don't even have the expression toggles anymore, so I can't even use them. So maybe I should just give up on expressions and just put different models on the expressions. That probably would be easier. But yes, those are the models. Those are the 3 ones. I like them. They're cool. They're simple. They're not like, I don't know. They're simple, but like cool enough. All mine through OBS. That should probably be a better idea. I think I might do that, because then it's VideoTube is just another thing, and I'm not using anything crazy. But that might be a good idea. I'll have to do that. Looking cozy. Yeah, it's super cozy. I also did add a new redeem where you can switch the outfits. So if you'd like to one of the outfits, you can switch them now for 1,000 channel points. I thought that was fine. 1,000. That way it's not, you know, being used all the time. And you can use the hotkeys for Scarf. Yeah, that's probably what I will end up doing. I forgot that I could do this in OBS, and I should. I really need to clean up. You see, like, I'm in this like weird thing of like, I need to clean up my OBS thing. Like I every now and then I go and I do a big organization thing, and I clean up a lot of my scenes and sources. But I'm very close to debuting, so it's like, do I want to put in like an hour's worth of work to clean up this scene, or do I just wait until I debut? But then I never debut, so you know. Not to distract anymore from starting the game, but your name still don't. Why isn't yours show up? That is so weird. Actually, you know, Gare, are you verified? Is your account verified with your phone number? Because I know there's something about having a phone verification. I don't know if it has anything to do with Stream Elements, but that's my one guess, especially because you just did start your Twitch account a few months ago. I'm willing to, that's my guess, is that maybe you don't have a phone verification. I could be wrong, but I know there is something about that. So I would try that. Other than that, I would definitely be happy to troubleshoot, because I want Gare's message to show up on screen. Let me check Stream Elements here. Let's do a little bit. I won't go too into it right now. Stream Elements. Yeah, the secret messages. Gare, that's the one thing. You're just exclusive. You need to be at the stream to enjoy the exclusive Gare messages. Let's see. Is it chatting? Your stream's chat. Go to settings, so message permanently. I have that. I think this is the wrong chatting screen. See, this is the thing. I don't know which one I'm using right now. Old BRB, old chatting. I mean, that might be a super old one. That is, yeah, that is a super old chatting one. Not that one. Oh, I need to clean up my plain chat, BRB chat, simple game. Oh, here we go. Aha, this one must be it. Aha, okay. Let's see. Sid might have been only your email. Okay. Just want to make sure. Show badges. Hide messages with commands. Show badges. Sure, why not? Yeah, I don't know if there's anything here. Test. Howdy. Okay, interesting. Just do a quick save. All right. Yeah, I'm not sure. It is very weird. Oh, wait, you showed up. But that's... Oh, you showed up on the old one. Oh, okay. Interesting. Interesting. The plot thickens. I opened up my old chat bot, and you are showing up on that one, just not the one I'm using. Very interesting. All right, so it's something with the chat bot that I use. Okay. Why? Hold on, what's the other one that they're using here? Your stream's chat. Okay, interesting. All right, well, we figured it out. Sub only? Mate, I don't think it's sub only. Because, I mean, Gare's the only one who's had the problem. It's the old one. Oh, Maria, thank you. You know, it's not helping, but also thank you for the gifted sub. I appreciate it. I think I'm just gonna get a new chat bot, to be honest. I'm just gonna get a new chat widget. I'll do this later, but I will just get a new one. It'll be fine. For science, let's see if it works, because the other ones work. I mean, I guess I'll see. Maybe it will be, but there is no like sub only mode on Stream Elements. But I want to get a new one anyway. I think we should probably start now that we're 40 minutes into stream. Probably. Maybe. Let's see.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going?
Protagonist voice. Oh, I'm the protagonist. No, I don't. I was gonna say, which one do you guys want? But no, I'm the protagonist. I will do the voice acting. Let the professional do this. Also, enter coupon. If you received a coupon, you can enter it below and apply it to your account. What? For what? All right. I guess there's some sort of like data collection. That's fun. Sad Panda, I trusted you. Okay, so now this is made in the RenPy engine. In Lubry, let's see here. Mallory is Mallory. Oh, they actually named the character after the voice actor. Okay, that's cool. We'll do a really quick read of this. We got our main characters. We're not using those, but we have Daniel Acosta and Caitlin Barr. Caitlin Barr, she sounds familiar. I feel like I've heard of her name before. You know, Dr. Weiss is Alyssa Parks or Adoxographics. Then we have additional voices by Morgan Long. Okay, so Gare, I'm pretty sure it's whatever chat widget I am using. So after this stream, I will just get a new chat widget because I kind of want a new one anyway. So I'll get a new one. It is a gato. Unfortunately, it looks like a very sad thing of a gato. 2 writers, Morgan Long, Rebecca Shelley. Special thanks, Cody V, OG Panda. I love how, so everyone who works at Panda Studios has some kind of panda thing. So you have your artist Panda, who does the art. You have the witchy panda. I don't know what the witchy panda does, but like programmer panda, it's the programmer. QA panda, assistant panda, OG panda. It's really funny. Pepperoni panda is part of the audio mastering. All right, but here we go. All right, in loving memory of Mio. Oh man. I'm gonna read this first. The theme of the story rings very true to me. That it is better to have loved than lost, love and lost than never to have loved at all. Near the completion of this visual novel, I lost my dear cat Mio, who had been in my life for the past 15 years. I'll never forget how wonderful and gentle a soul he was. I consider myself so lucky to have known him and gave him all the love in my heart. It's incredible gift to spend time with someone special and pets throughout with special people and pets throughout our lives. As fleeting as the time is, cherish every moment and love them with your whole heart. XOXO Morgan. So, man, that's sad. He's in a lot of animes. She's like a big name. Okay. How do they get her, and why do they make her play the main character? Like the side, you know, why not make her play? Okay, good for her. That's crazy. Date Alive number 8, or Kaiju number 8, and Sign of Affection. That's crazy. How do they get? You know what? No, Crush Crush is an incredibly profitable mobile game. They have the money. I take it back. Anyway, so Mio, obviously the name of this person's cat, but Mio is also a character in Crush Crush. She's one of the main girls, and she's one of the main 5 that you date in Hush Hush. So that's really nice. Yeah, you literally called it, Gare. Mio is the name of the gamer girl, the millennial gamer girl. So that's really nice. That's a nice touch. All right, guys, we're almost an hour in. Let's click new game, shall we? All right, type your name. What should our name be, guys? She's in Kaguya-sama and Spy Fam. Ooh, I didn't know that. So yeah, she is like a big name. How did they get her? Whatever. E2, fine. Or no, E2. E2, There we go. This game contains sensitive content and is intended for mature audiences. For more information about our context warning, visit here. Let's see what here is. Cabin fever disclaimer. All right, guys. Depictions of death, depictions of suicide or self-harm, partial nudity, suggestive themes. Okay. Now we know. So just to beware. And just in case, we do have the panic button. So we do have the panic button. I don't think it's going to be like that. I don't think it's going to be that bad. Hush Hush wasn't that bad. I only had to do it for 2 scenes. 2 scenes. So this was before Hush Hush. So it's fine, right? It's got to be fine. Please confirm you're over the age of 18 or 13. All right, here we go. Chapter 1, prologue. I don't remember much about the world before the sickness. This came out... Didn't this come out before the pandemic? Hold on. This did come out before the pandemic, I believe. I'm pretty sure it was 2017. 2021. Never mind. This came out during the pandemic. Okay. This came out. Who's this? Oh yeah, Maria gifted you a sub because we were testing to see if it would work, if that was the problem. It was not the problem. So enjoy your gift sub. And thank you, Maria, again. I appreciate it. I don't remember much about the world before the sickness. How was the audio, by the way? Let me know how that's going. I was just a kid when it started. Too young to fully grasp all the changes happening across the globe. Looking back, it was as though some cosmic clearance bin of trashy dystopian paperbacks was spilling plot points out onto reality. You had your own virus, you had your unknown virus, your slow to act world leaders, your extremists, deniers on one end, doomsday preppers on the other, and overall, just a heck of a lot of scandal and angst. What it boiled down to was this: stay away from each other. This is definitely just, okay, I didn't realize how COVID coded this would be. But I trust them. I don't think it's going to be like a dated game. I mean, the jokes might be dated for sure. For sure the jokes will be dated. Like, So, Sad Panda Studios, they're very, very millennial jokes. So if you do not like millennial humor, you probably will not like anything Sad Panda Studios makes. I enjoy it. So, yep, that's simple. Stay away, because the sickness mutated so rapidly, spread so easily, and killed so many of preventing transmission was the only way to stop it from wiping out the human race. A cure could be developed, they told us. Oh no, it's an anti-vax game. No! They lied to us. Would be developed, they promised. Man, we are starting off strong. If we didn't like this game was made before the vaccine, for the record. That would be so funny. This is so funny hindsight. It immediately comes off as like an anti-vax game. That's hilarious. Oh no. Somehow, someday, life changed. Oh, that was a cool transition. All right, we have our first ad break because I yapped so much. I hope you have good ads. Hope they are fun and entertaining. I'm gonna pour another cup of tea while we get into this game about how COVID killed everyone. But at least we have a waifu. Am I right? Pour them out for the RTH homies. For the homies. I was like, are you like, I was like, is that some kind of like chemical? We're talking about COVID, so I'm like, is that like the name of the vaccine? Is that like a chemical? What is RTH homies? Oh man. Life changed. Everything from school and work to medical appointments and family dinners became virtual. Family dinners, that's funny. And as it turns out, hosting an online society requires a lot of computer programming. Shout out computer science people. We're awesome. I'm not. I'm minor, but it's fine. Like, a lot. Lucky for me, I always had a knack for stuff like that. It was easy to get trained and even easier to find work. When's the last time you heard of a young person say that, huh? I did programming for medical services, government websites, automated manufacturing. There was no shortage of freelance contracts. Yeah, shout out Zoom. Sub, which means no more Taco Bell. Yeah. Skype, they really dropped the ball. Skype had everything they needed. They had everything they needed, and they messed it up. Of course, places like movie theaters, shopping malls, and restaurants died out. Even farms and factories became rare. So much of the workforce lost. But to be honest, I personally thought all of it was a net gain for the planet. Fewer people meant less pollution. War and terrorism dropped to an all-time low. Most people learned to be at least somewhat self-sufficient. As for me, well, since my parents both died not long after my high school graduation, I was probably more self-sufficient than most. Man, COVID and dead parents, this guy, he's lost. He is going through it. The real emo teen. Oh, that's funny. Hold on. Behind me, it said Sad Panda Park. Also, it says closed due to Vivid 22. So in case we needed any more, like, reference, it's very clearly Vivid 22, which is okay. I get it. All right, we figured it out. Step aside, Naruto. This guy's got to deal with COVID and dead parents. Although it looks like this guy didn't. His parents didn't die of COVID, so they were just dead before this. Unrelated parent deaths. Crazy. I was alone for a long time, long enough to be used to it. At least I was healthy. I had my routine, with lots of work to help to keep me busy, and the internet at my fingertips to keep me from getting bored. What more could I have wanted? You wanted this to happen? Chapter 2, Seed. That was a really short chapter, guys. I mean, I love to yap, but I'm gonna have to really yap if we're already on chapter 2. I lived in an off-grid cabin that's really loud. Let's try that again. I lived in an off-grid cabin that had been in my family for years. When I was young, we used to visit every summer, just to get away from it all. I'd probably call it that ironic, but every time I say that word, someone tells me I'm using it wrong. Anyway, when the sickness started spreading, that cabin became a place to survive. It had everything a small family could need. Though, like I said, by this time I was the sole member of my bubble. I was used to taking care of myself. On a good day, with the sun shining onto the solar panels, I could get 30 kilowatt hours, more than enough to power the appliances in the house and keep the battery bank full. And since the cabin sat near the mountains, I'd often get a decent power level at night from the wind turbine catching the air. Why is this such like an environmentalist? This became like this, like immediately dipped off from COVID story to environmentalism, which is fine. That's just a crazy turn. I kind of respect it. I respect it. Because I do remember reading some kind of study out there that there was like a significant like increase in like wildlife and nature during the shutdowns. So I mean, it is this is definitely like based in what happened in real life. Like nature did heal a little bit because everyone had to go inside. So that is kind of cool that they went off with this route. Make this game in under a year is very impressive. Yeah, I'm interested to see, because it said they had 2 writers and 1 programmer. So 2 writers, I mean, depending on the length of this game, because like Hush Hush was in depth. We played the game twice, and I didn't even do all the endings. And it took us like, you know, I guess I could just look. But it took us a fair amount of time. Let's see real quick. Dun, 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 dun. So I don't know how long this game is. Let's see. Yeah, we spent 48 hours, almost 50 hours on that game. So I'm interested to see how long this game is. Because it looks like when I looked at a lot of the reviews, it was like 4 to 5 hours on hand. So I'm guessing at least double for me, 8, because I'm probably going to yap and replay some stuff. Hello, Ronan. Welcome on in. Welcome to COVID or Vivid 22, the game. How are you doing? We're playing Cabin Fever. But that night it was raining hard. Like most evenings, I spent this one at my computer playing my favorite idle clicker game and browsing the web. Either Crush mentioned. Crush mentioned. Interesting. Cool. Browsing the web for the news. The news was mostly doom and gloom, of course, but I liked the finding the odd tech and space related article sprinkled in. I was thinking about how badly I wanted aliens to be real when an email alert— that's a crazy sentence. Also, aliens exist in the Crush universe. So just a reminder, all of the games in the Sad Panda Studio, at least according to my headcanon and most likely the truth, all games made by Sad Panda Studios are in a multiverse. So they're all different variations of the same universe. With the exception of Blush, because I'm pretty sure Blush and Crush are probably the same universe. I need to actually play the game to figure it out. But other than that, they're all in different versions of the same universe. So, like, Crush is not an idle game in the universe. Crush is an actual game with the story. And Crush is just in Hush Hush and Cabin Fever. It's so much. I've heard of this crazy game where you pinch cheeks. I might have been playing that game since launch. I might have been playing it a lot and enjoying it a lot. Maybe I've been playing it for a very long time. Not very long, but you know. Yes. Check out Chibigo. It's so fun. I love that game. I haven't streamed it because I don't know if it's really going to be fun to stream, but it's so much fun. If you have not played Trick Out Chibi-Go, please go play it. Play through the first 7 episodes and you'll see why it's probably one of the best games of all time. It's so hilarious. It's another gacha, so to be aware, but it's so funny. I don't think I'll ever stream it. Maybe. I don't want to make any promises, but it's so funny. It's so funny. I opened it. Yet another forward from one of my more gullible colleagues about possible cure for the death-dealing virus. This particular claim apparently stemmed from a breakthrough in the study of bovine bodily function. I forgot we did E2 E2 What a load of bull. Literally. Good one. Oh, I just got a stupid joke. I'll give you the badumtsa. There you go. Good joke. I was pretty much the only company I had, so yeah, I talked to myself. I deleted the email, letting out a heavy sigh. It was a point in time when I found that sort of thing amusing. The ridiculous conspiracy theories and clickbait titles, but now I just found them sad. I glanced at the clock. Time for tea. Hey, I got tea. Very nice. I put the computer into sleep mode and headed to the kitchen. On my way there, I accidentally kicked a broomstick laying across the floor. I feel like I should scan this room for like Easter eggs, but I don't think I see any. I just see a messy room. Which, man. Girl, you live like this? Was that a meme? That was a meme, right? I think that was a meme. Ow, ow, ow. Why is that even there? I never sweep. In that moment, I judged myself hard. Well, the world is basically ended, so what's the point in cleaning up? It wasn't like I was expecting company. I kicked the broomstick aside and carried on. We're shadowing. We're totally gonna meet someone. Totally. In the kitchen, I steeped a nice big cup of herbal tea. Then I tossed my used bag in the compost bin. Nothing as I did that bin was nearly full. What? Nothing as I did that the bin was nearly full. Can I not read, guys? Does that not make sense? I can't. 3 rooms in 1 space. I'd have to take it out soon, empty it into the tumbler and the rest of the food scraps and plant waste. Then, probably in the spring, I'd add fresh compost in the garden to the garden and give my plants a healthy nutrient boost. I love my plants. I wanted them to be strong in case they ever needed to defend the cabin from zombies or traveling salespeople. Smirking to myself, reference. We got a reference to Plants vs. Zombies. I should have a reference counter. Because that is a lot of Sad Panda Studios. It's fine. I like it. Smirking to myself, I stood in the kitchen and sipped my tea. The only sound was the muffled rush of rain outside. So peaceful. Oh, I think we found her. What was that? A fox prowling outside? A raccoon? There wasn't a person in my garden, was there? I went to the window, peering out into the darkness and listening hard. I don't have to go out and check, do I? I mean, someone could be in trouble. Then again, someone could be in trouble. Maybe just stand on the porch and yell for whoever it is to get off the lawn? I weighed my options. It is! We have multiple choices. I was wondering if this was going to be a multiple choice game. Yes, yes. You know why it's called a living room? Go outside, investigate the noise. Stay inside and lock. Okay, we have 2 options. She's stealing your veggies. Get her? Okay, let's go investigate then. The scream really had sounded human. You know, can I go back? No, you can't. Okay. I probably should make save points, you know? I probably don't need to, though. It's fine. Depending on how many endings there are, I'll take a look. We might play this multiple times. The scream really had sounded human. I couldn't just ignore that. As much as I wanted to stay inside warm and dry. I was raised by humanitarian hippies, and all I got was these Let's try that again. I was raised by humanitarian hippies, and all I got was this pesky conscience. Kidding. Love you, Mom and Dad. Please don't haunt me. I set down my tea, went to find the crank-powered flashlight, and shoved my feet into a pair of boots. I kind of love, like, the detail that they put in. Like, it's not just a flashlight. It's a crank-powered flashlight because there's a, you know, he's living off the grid. That's kind of fun. It's because death fell out of fashion. They needed to rebrand the costume to a cozy image. Oh, that's so funny. Ah, great. That's great, Ronan. Hopefully and probably, I wouldn't find anything out there, but checking was the right thing to do. I pulled open the door and stepped out on the porch. The flashlight flickered pathetically. Luckily, all you need to power up a hand crank flashlight is hands, which I had. Flex? Are you flexing you have hands? Come on, man. I scanned the dark garden. Raindrops lit up the light as... lit up the... I can't read, man. I wish I could read. I scanned the dark garden. Raindrops lit up as the light passed over them. And the trees... Thank you for the mambo. More mambo. Oh my gosh. How many mambos? Thank you for all the mambos. I like mambo. Thank you. And the trees and shrubs around the cabin swayed. Ooh, thank you for hydration. And the random Koyuki. All I could hear was the wind and the rain. A chill ran down my back. Yo, anyone out there? No? Cool. Have a good night then. Crazy. I turned to head back inside. A small voice stopped me in my tracks.
Hello? I'm here. Would you mind, helping me out of this, please?
Yeah, whatever, sure. The rain seemed to beat down harder. Dude, it's gonna be so hard. I'm not telling you guys to stop. You guys are just giving me a challenge. And I like it. The challenge, can I read without getting obsessed with mambo? Probably not, because I love mambo. I love the mambo. Must have been the wind. It definitely must have. The rain seemed to beat down harder as my pulse sped up. I turned my flashlight towards the voice, my hand visibly trembling. It sure is cold out. I'm definitely not shaking out of fear, because that would be super lame. I forced myself to step down off the porch and follow the path until I was close enough to make out the shape of a person. As the weak flashlight beam illuminated more, I gasped. Whoever I had been expecting to find, it certainly wasn't this delicate wisp of a girl. She's cute. I love the art. Dude, immediately lost track. Thank you, Gare. I love the art style for Crush. I don't know who does all. I guess we could literally just look it up. But like, it's clearly like someone's art style, and it's such a fun art style. It feels like, I don't mean this in a rude way at all, because I love it, but it's like very amateurist, but like correct. It seems like it's like kind of like, you know how like when people draw without like classes or like anatomy, it's like it's a little off. It seems like what happened was this person had an art style without any teaching and then took anatomy classes, you know, so they were able to combine them, and it's really fun. But it's such a unique art style. I really love the Sad Panda art styles. She was so pale, she almost looked like a ghost. There is a ghost in Crush. This whole game is just going to be me being like, that's a reference to their other game. Even her hair, long and clinging to her face in the rain, shone bright, almost white in the glow of the flashlight. She crouched on her hands and knees in the mud as though she had fallen. 100 questions raced through my head. Where did she come from? How long had she been out in the storm? Why wasn't she dressed for the rain? Was she lost? Was she sick? I tried to sound tough, like my dad would have. You there! What are you doing on my property? The young woman squinted against the flashlight.
Please, I got lost and I promise I wasn't trying to steal anything.
You're very quiet. Can I turn you up? Oh, no. Oh, config. Let's turn the music down just a little bit here. That is the one thing. Sad Panda Studios are always... the music's always too loud. Her voice quivered, which I thought was kind of dumb. After all, she was the interloper. It was me who should be freaking out, which I was. Well, then explain yourself. Why are you just laying on the ground there? Seems pretty sus. This game was in 2021. Come on. Did they even use sus back then? I guess. Why the heck did I add that last part? Was I trying to do light in the mirror? No! You can't. I refuse. No. You can't just say, oh, I made a bad joke. No, you made a bad joke. Bad. The girl turned her head away. Was she trying to make me feel bad? Was she, God forbid, stifling a cough? I took a step back, unwilling to take any chances. It's a neon! Yeah, we're playing Cabin Fever! We are going to save a sickly girl. It'll be cute. How are you doing, Neon?
I can't get up.
Can't get up. Her matter-of-fact tone surprised me. I guess I was expecting some elaborate sob story and/or. No, you can't say and/or. Please for food or money or medicine. It could still be a trick, I thought. She could be getting ready to rob me. Oh, stop, Gare. I can't be reminded. I don't want to remember that game. At this point, my flashlight was starting to lose its brightness. I stood there, cranking the handle to power the light back up. It was a long, awkward intermission, backed by the droning sounds of the flashlight being worked. But the light was coming back on. I wound the crank a few more times to shine it brighter on her. She got in a bear trap? Oh my gosh! Why is she in a bear trap? Why do I have bear trap? I guess I'm in the wilderness. I don't know, man. I've done a ton of camping in my life. Ton of camping where there are genuine bears and wilderness out there. I've never once required a bear trap. There are ways to deal with bears without bear traps. I'm just saying. Jeez. Sasuke. Dion, this isn't sus. There's literally nothing sus about this. She's just in the rain, I swear. And or legal jargon for real. This whole horrifying picture became clear. Somehow the girl had gotten her leg caught in one of my animal traps. She must not have. That's not an. That is specifically a bear trap. She must not have seen the rusted old thing in the dark, and it was grabbed around her calf and torn it open. Okay, so this probably wasn't a trick. Yeah. Nobody does that on purpose. Oh my god, are you okay? I started to move towards her, but then my own legs froze in fear. Fear of getting close to another human. If she was sick, then I could get sick. And I had no way of knowing whether or not she carried the virus. And right now she was hurt and trapped because of me. I felt horrible. If I left there to fend for herself, anything could happen. A hungry bear might come along. Yeah. And not use the bear traps. Oh man, why are you putting bear traps out? The weather could turn freezing, and if she did manage to get herself out of the trap, she probably would develop an infection fast in such a nasty wound. Swallowing hard, I clenched my fist and forced myself to approach her. I had to get away. I had to get way too close for comfort, but I crouched, opened the trap, and freed her leg. It was bleeding pretty heavily. Apply pressure. Apply pressure. God, I can't even imagine. I'm trying to think with all like the little first aid I know. That's multiple puncture wounds. I don't even know what you would do. I mean, you wouldn't tourniquet. I don't think you would. Because it's just a couple puncture wounds. It's not like you'd lose it. You'd probably just... I don't know, man. I don't really know. I should look up how to deal with bear traps. Because it's multiple punctures. You probably would have some pseudo tourniquet, but you're not applying pressure to cut off circulation. You're applying pressure to stop the bleeding. God, that'd be horrifying, dude. Also, bear traps are severely underpowered in media. IRL bear traps. Yeah, it would... A real bear trap would just destroy your leg. Oh, man. Good enough for bears, good enough for gophers. Is that a line from somewhere? Isn't that a line? I feel like I've... Maybe I'm thinking of if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. It has that kind of energy. It was bleeding pretty heavily, though now that I could see it up close, it didn't look as deep as I had feared.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you found me. I was afraid I'd be trapped in that thing all night.
I stood up and quickly took a few steps back. For some reason, the girl was smiling at me. Didn't she understand that it was stupid? It was my fault? Oh my god. It was my stupid fault she'd gotten hurt? Then again, maybe she shouldn't have been sneaking around in the dark. My brain bickered with itself over who was to blame before realizing the girl wasn't able to get to her feet. I reluctantly offered a hand, wishing I had thought to put on some nitrile? I have no idea what that is. Nitrile. Oh, it's latex free. So it's like a latex thingy, but not latex. Okay. But why would I have... That's also really funny. Yeah, medical gloves. Cool. The blue ones. Ah. I guess if I had typed in gloves after nitrile, it would have come up. I see. You can get black ones too. Yay. For committing murders. Ooh, fancy. Unless they are illegal, most traps nowadays have various safety features like adjustable pan. Yeah, that would make sense. But Maria, this is the post-apocalyptic world where they never created a cure for COVID. We don't have such luxuries as the legalization of bear trap. I don't know where I'm going with this. I don't know where I'm going with this. All right. What are we doing? Where were we? Why would I have done that? I hadn't seen another human. Whoops. Here we go. How long had it been? Accepting my help, the girl climbed up to her feet. She wobbled, leaned, and grabbed my waist as she used me as a crutch.
Sorry. Is it okay that I'm touching you like this?
I don't think we have a choice right now. Also, why am I not like Princess? I guess Princess carry would be too heavy. You could do Fireman's carry. Just pick her up. Why are you making her walk? Maybe he's weak. Maybe he's like, actually, I don't want to do that. Her words sent a chill down my spine. Touching? Just the thought of it made me break out into a cold sweat. It's fine. Let's just get out of this rain. Yeah, get a wheelbarrow. I'll chuck her in a wheelbarrow. What was I doing? When had I decided to let her into my house? The warm light glowing inside the cabin was like a beacon drawing us in. Well, said my brain to myself, I guess this is the thing we're doing now. I no longer need my flashlight, so I tucked it away and used that hand instead to help support the injured girl up the pathway. With my arm around her waist and her arm around my shoulder, it became very clear to me how small she really was. Small and delicate, like a folded paper crane. A soggy, limp paper crane drenched in a drenched dress that clung to her shivering body. See, the Sad Panda Studios, they just have a way with words. A soggy, limp paper crane in a drenched dress that clung to her shivering body. Like, where's Octo? This is poetry right here. I love the way they write. They're really good with like their metaphors and stuff like that. You find a random woman in the dark. Oh no, it's a tail. Oh my gosh, Ronan, what kind of copy pasta did you just send me? What the heck is this, Ronan? What did you just send me? That image is horrifying. Kuchisake onna. Well, we're gonna pay attention. Maybe there'll be a we're gonna be on the lookout for a reference to that. I feel like they took that. That's the thing. All right, I want to be a little bit, I guess, adult about this right now. Okay, so Crush does have a couple 18 plus DLCs. I have never played them because obviously I can't stream them. Obviously. However, the thing I love about Sad Panda Studios is they take, you know how like 18 plus content kind of writes like that, you know, where it's like just like poetic way to describe something phallic or, you know, something obscene. Sad Panda has like figured out a way to take that writing but use it to describe, like, just talk about, like, write it in a like a safe for work way. They take like, because like I don't know if you've read anything like that before, but it's like if you've read like an 18 plus novel, there's a specific way they write All right. And Sad Panda has written out how to take that writing style and apply it to safe for work stuff. And it's just so cool. Like they're genuinely geniuses. Cause like it's an objectively funny and like interesting way to write, but it's so hard to not make it sound like, whoa. But they just kind of nailed it. They've figured out a way to make it like, you know, like, oh yes, it's just really good. The Sad Panda writers are great. There are parts of the line on screen I've read word for word in those books. Yeah. Yeah, they do a great job. It's one of the reasons I love Hush Hush, or the Sad Pandas. They have a way with words, truly. I love it. Like, it's not just like a bunch of like people who are just making a silly cash grab game. They're genuinely really talented. Just when my pant leg caught on something, a nail jutting out from the side of the porch. I felt the fabric tug as it ripped as we moved past. Great. What an evening this was turning out to be. Once we made it inside, I helped the stranger sit down on a wooden chair. I made a mental note to disinfect that chair later, and my clothes, and maybe even with a flashlight, but first aid. Correct. Like the lusty... like I shouldn't even say that word. Like the lusty Argonian maid books from Skyrim? Is that what I heard? Not like I've read those. I've never heard of those. I've never put Skyrim though, so where did I put that kit? I was never good at staying organized. Even on my computer, all my folders and internet tabs were a mess. No point in fighting entropy. That was my philosophy. You haven't heard of the lust of... No, I haven't. I haven't played Skyrim. I know nothing about it. I only know about the silly glitch that Team showed me once, where it's like the frame rate stuff. You must spiral? Oh no. Oh no. Do I look up the lust or Argonian maid? Oh man, I'm scared. Sweet innocent E2. I ate what? Okay. You know what, Ronan? You're the first person to call me sweet innocent. I'll take it. I'll take it. I wish I was the innocent. I am. I definitely am. Totally. Thank you for saying my proper title, Ronan. I searched the drawers, the counter, the floor, nearly tripped over that dumb broom again before finally finding the first aid kit. It was not well stocked, but it would do for now. Honestly, I need to restock mine. I have a bunch of old band-aids, old medicine. I gotta do that. If you have a first aid kit, check it out. You may need to restock some stuff. I try to restock mine once a year, maybe once every 2 years if I'm really lazy, but I'm trying to do that. I gathered up some towels on my forehead and my forehead thermometer. Then I washed my hands, pulled on some gloves and a face mask from the old box in the back of the cupboard, and brought everything over to the waiting girl. What I would have done, I know I'm gonna diagnose this because I'm stupid and annoying, but maybe not stupid. That was a little too harsh, but over analytical. We'll say that. I would have given her some kind of towel before I went to go find the thing. I would have given it to her, had her wrap it around her leg, and apply pressure while I look for it. Because puncture wounds, any kind of wound, you just apply pressure and eventually it'll clot. But you need to really apply pressure. Especially, that's the one thing that's why I'm so concerned. Because like multiple puncture wounds around the calf, I don't even know how you would deal with that. I need to look that up. Obviously someone has probably dealt with it before, but I would assume you would just wrap it around and just apply a ton of pressure around the entire leg. That would be such a nightmare to deal with. I don't know how I would really do it. I'm all big talk. Yeah, I feel like you would just do like, not a tourniquet, but some kind of really tight bandage around the entire leg. Yeah, we're on the same page, Jody. I'd still be terrified of it though. And then you gotta think, once that's dealt with, he's right with the temperature, because she's probably got some kind of hypothermia, so you want to get her into some dry clothes, which is very important. The house is probably warm enough, but warm blankets probably pretty helpful. Trying to think this through here, gosh. I think, yeah. I think you definitely deal with the cut first. So he's doing before anything else. Let me scan your temperature. I don't think I would have done that. You probably should have done the wound first, but I guess if you're just applying pressure, that's really all you can do. Just wait. I held the scanner up to her forehead. 2 seconds passed before we heard the good beep, which meant her temperature was normal. Well, that's good. No fever. No fever. That's a relief. Do you have any other symptoms? Yeah. Oh, my leg. My leg really hurts. It has a lot of puncture wounds in it. Her eyes widened. She shook her head. Well, it was still better to be cautious. I barely breathed as I took her leg into my lap and started tending to her wound. God, that is horrifying. God, that gash is... I know you guys are gonna be like, oh, it's a foot. I'm looking at that wound is like messing me up, dude. That is... Oh, it's such like... I guess, I don't know. If you guys want, I can cover the screen. I'm just more like worried of like, how do you deal with that? Butterflies? Not stitching, obviously. I guess just butterflies. A ton of butterfly bandages. Because like, it's not just like a... It's like a split. Oh man, and there's multiple of them? Jeez. Oh man. All right, I'm gonna keep reading quickly to get this off the screen. It's making me uncomfortable. She didn't wince or complain at all. She was tougher than she looked. I was the opposite. I knew. I looked mean even when I wasn't trying to. I wasn't trying, but on the inside, I was basically a fluffy yellow duckling with anxiety. Hilarious. And your skin is nasty. Yeah, how is she not right? Yeah, how is she is really taking this well. Unless we find out, maybe we find out that she has like no pain receptors. That'd be kind of funny. If our situation were reversed and my leg was all cut up, I'd probably have been a weepy wreck spouting rare, extravagant curse words. But she just sat there quietly watching. Yeah, I feel like she doesn't have any pain receptors.
Are you a doctor?
Was she joking? Do you honestly think I look like a doctor? You know, because doctors look a certain way. Ooh, language. I'm not gonna swear. Way to draw attention to your looks, idiot, I thought to myself. Not that I cared. Mambo. Not that I cared, really. I just hadn't combed my hair in a few days. Or weeks. Dude, I gotta comb my hair every day. I don't care. I don't care. I comb my hair and it still looks bad, but I need that feeling of combed hair. And I'd been living in the same set of clothes for a while. A ratty old t-shirt with a rocket ship on the front, and a pair of jeans that had long gone out of fashion. Hot, right? In another life, I might have felt self-conscious. Not about my teeth, though. Never about my teeth. Dentists were kind of a thing of the past, and since I wanted to keep teeth for chewing purposes and whatnot, I was committed to practicing good oral hygiene. Dentists were a thing of the past? What does that mean? What do you mean dentists were a thing of the past? Even if you have good oral hygiene, you still need a dentist. Because you still need those annual cleanings and you need like cavities and stuff. What do you mean dentists were a thing of the past? Is it because of COVID? Dentists still worked during COVID. And sick mouth is not a happy place. Yeah. Dentists still worked during COVID, didn't they? I'm pretty sure I had a dentist appointment during COVID. I could be wrong. Did dentists not shut down, or are they just implying that at this point they can't even do that? Because like, I guess I'm willing to believe that. I don't... Maybe it was just my area. Because we just had like... You took your COVID tests and everyone wore masks the whole time, but you know, I mean, we still did it. I don't know, maybe we shouldn't have. This is making me question this.
Well, I'm not sure what a doctor looks like, but you seem to know what you're doing, and you're a very kind person.
Yay.
So I believe you if you told me you were a doctor.
All right, well, I'm a doctor. Don't worry about the death appointment. You won't live long enough to survive the virus. I guess maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe that's what they're doing. It's like, you're gonna die, so get a few cavities, who cares? I looked away, awkwardly, holding a clean bandage against the gash in her leg. The towels I used to clean the wound were now a pile of blood-soaked, mud-stained rags on the dirty floor. Was I a kind person? It's just basic first aid. Not a big deal. Here, hold this. Here, hold this. Anyone get that reference? I mean, that's not a reference. I'm referencing something. Here, hold this. Thanks. I'm not that old, right? I'm not that old. Put pressure on it while I wrap it up. Yay, Gare, you get it! Yada! Gare, you understand. Thanks. God, those are so good. I want to rewatch ASDF. I wrapped a length of gauze around her narrow leg to hold the bandage in place. Okay, so he put bandages on. Yeah, so the more I'm looking at it, I think that's what you would do. Apply pressure. You would definitely want to close the wound with butterflies to hold them closed. And then I think you just get gauze and you just keep wrapping that thing. You get that super tight. And you're going to have to replace that every couple of hours, probably. I guess that's all you got to do. Yeah, what about gauze? Yeah, you just use gauze here. Don't think about cucks. No. What was that? Don't think about cats. Does he throw the cat? No, I'm getting it confused with the I'm allergic to cats. I'm getting it confused with I'm allergic to adorableness. Aww. No, it is the one where he throws up cats, right? Because that's right? Is that the one where he throws up cats? I could be wrong. Man, I need to rewatch them. My SDF knowledge is going down. That should be okay overnight. All right. Yeah, pretty good work, I guess. Yeah, I mean, minus the bandage or minus the butterflies. It's probably good enough. We should probably clean it again, rewrap it tomorrow. Her leg didn't leave my lap. Instead, she wriggled her toes and shot me a small smile.
You're going to let me stay here?
Huh? I looked up at her in an instant, instantly forgot how to speak. Because suddenly I was struck by how pretty she was. I mean, the rain had really done a number on her, but still. She must have been around 20, give or take. Not too much younger than me. She was thin, but everyone was thin these days. With her, it was like she had been built this way. Small, delicate, and weightless. Her dress was a simple... Oh my god, I can't read. Her dress was a simple and little threadbare. The rain had soaked through, and I realized I could sort of see her undergarments. Cinema. Cinema line. We love it. I don't know where I read that so introspectively. I realized I could sort of see her undergarments. What am I doing? I quickly averted my eyes, and my cheeks were warming. I hoped she hadn't noticed me looking, but I really hadn't meant to look.
You said clean it again tomorrow, right?
I did. I did say that. The room seemed to spin a little, and my face went from feeling very hot to feeling very cold. Stay away from each other. That was the rule. What was I supposed to do? I mean, we gotta go happy route, right? We gotta go happy route, then bad route, right? Sure. I think what I'll do what I normally do with these games. Since it's my first playthrough, I will do what my heart wants. What my true self would do. Even though I don't think this would line up with the main character here, I will do what my heart tells me to do. Maybe it's okay if she stays. Look how pitiful she is. Okay, I don't like that line. I mean, you're kind of right. I think pitiful is probably the one. Maybe like endangered. Maybe how... I would not have said pitiful. That's kind of a crazy word to say. Look how pitiful she is, said my brain. My brain was right. And I didn't know what to expect to go along with it. I learned of low thread count fabrics. Must have ordered it from Jean. I think she made it herself. I think she made this herself. Well, it's not like I'm just gonna send you back out into the rain. Not by yourself anyway. Is there anyone else in your bubble? Anyone else I can call to come get you, or... She looked down into her lap.
No.
Oh. Her response made me too nervous to ask further questions. I wasn't sure I could handle the tragic backstory at that particular moment. Unleash the Evil You 2 next playthrough. Yes, yes, of course. In any case, I knew that if my parents were still around, they'd never have sent this girl back out into the night. They'd have let her stay, at least until she got her bearings. I sighed, giving in. Okay, well, you can sleep on my couch tonight. We'll figure out the rest tomorrow. We should really stay at least 6 feet apart, though.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
She nodded and gently removed her leg from my lap. I mean, in all honesty, if she had any kind of virus, we already would have caught it. For sure, we already would have caught it. I moved back, making more space between us, and sat to examine the rip in my pant leg. Meanwhile, my brain tried to fathom what was happening. I'd brought a stranger into my house. I don't know who she was or where she'd come from. Seemed like a bad idea. Also a tad surreal. Dang, I like these plants. Or pants.
Oh no.
I like
Did you
these
get hurt
plants.
too?
No, my plants. They're getting rained on. No, it's just a rip.
Oh, that's not so bad.
I got up and made even more space between us. She stood up, testing her weight on her injured leg.
Wow.
Is this a romance
it already
game?
feels so much better. You must have a magical healing touch.
Okay. I read that as you're really excited for this. Yes, it is technically a romance game. I'm pretty sure. She's the only girl. So it's not like a harem dating sim. I'm pretty sure it's just a story about a romance and other vague stories. Not vague, but you know what I mean. We will end up falling in love. I assume. I'm already in love. I like Mallory. I was starting to think she might be one of those weird optimistic people. Also, it was hard to think straight with her standing up in that very damp revealing dress. You need to take that dress off. Stupid line. That came out wrong. What I meant is it's wet and cold, and I'm sure you'll feel better if you change into something dry and warm. Thank you for the mambos. I'm sure I have some extra clothes you can wear. Thank you for all the mambos.
Really?
Hot in the face, I ran off to procure a basket of old clothes from my storage closet. How many mambos do we have? So many mambos. I don't think I'll ever put a cooldown on mambo. I probably shouldn't. I probably should, but I'm not. I ran off to procure a basket of old clothes from my storage closet. I hadn't worn them since my teenage years. They were too small for me now, but might be a good fit for her. Here, take whatever you want. They're all clean. I dropped the basket on the table and walked backwards away from it.
That's so nice of you. I'll get changed now.
Oh, her mouth is moving. I watched her take the basket and hobble out of the room to change where I couldn't see. When she came back, I was surprised to see that she had chosen a button-down that was part of my old school uniform, but from the back before everything went online. Ah, this classic trope. Oh, that is cute, though. Oh, wait. Oh, man, guys. I recognize this. In Crush, I'm pretty sure you can have multiple outfits for the girls depending on what pack you get or whatever. And I'm pretty sure this is one of the outfits. Obviously her sweater is her main outfit, but I'm pretty sure that is the schoolgirl outfit. So I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong. It's all a reference. I'd been much younger and much smaller when I wore this shirt, but even still, it swam on her frame. It almost looked like a nightgown, which is probably why she had chosen it.
I haven't felt this comfy since I don't know when. It's a school shirt, right? I always liked the look of school uniforms. I never got to wear one. All my classes were online.
Is that a pineapple? What is that emblem? I'm trying to see what that emblem is. I have no idea what that is. What is that? It looks like a man, like curling underneath, like, but it looks like a man made out of pineapple. What is that? For some reason, because there is a canon university. It's called STFU. for joke reasons, obviously. So that is a canon university. I don't think, because he said this was a high school. There's no high school girls in Crush because it's all 18 plus girls. I don't think there's a canon high school, so I don't know what that is. For some reason, that made me a little sad. I myself had so few memories of the world before the sickness. It was hard to imagine not having any at all. How old are you?
21. My birthday was actually last week.
Oh, happy birthday. Oh, well, happy belated birthday to you. Do you have a name?
Oh, of course I do. It's Mallory.
Whoa, that's a cool sprite. A little bit like yandere. I don't think that's what they're going for here. Nice to meet you, Mallory. Well, not nice exactly. Weird to meet you, I guess. I'm not used to people.
Yeah, I get it. I didn't mean to trespass onto your property. I really did get lost. And then the rain started, and I could hear these dogs or something howling.
Dogs?
I was scared, and I ran towards the first light I saw.
I nodded as if to say I understood. It was true that there were things like wolves and coyotes in the area. That was why I'd set up a few extra secure fence for my chickens. Oh yes, chickens. Well, we have our next ad break of the night coming up here. I hope you get some fun and entertaining ads. Hope they're cool, hope they're fun, and I hope they don't convince you to buy anything. I will see you in a bit. And we're gonna keep going here. I'll fill you in with what you miss out on. Enjoy the ads. But what were you doing out here in the first place?
I would rather not talk about that.
I kind of need to know if you're in my house. I stare at her, totally perplexed. Why the secrecy? Should I press for more? I feel like I need to. I would need to know. Or like, you sure you can't say anything? You need to tell me. I said as firmly as I could, but the look she gave me in response, eyes big, lip quivering, made me instantly back down. At some point, I mean. Okay, yeah, I think that's a fair compromise. At some point, you do need to tell me. I need to know. Why were you on my property? Don't worry about it. You're here now, so just take the opportunity to get some rest. I skirted around her and grabbed some blankets. I maintained a wide berth as I dropped them on the couch. I offered her a glass of water, pointed at the bathroom, asked if she needed anything, all from afar.
This is perfect. Thank you so much for everything. Truly, I'm lucky to have met you.
Yeah, just try not to touch anything, okay? I shuffled my feet awkwardly. Okay, I'm going to bed. Bye.
I hope you have sweet dreams. I'll see you in the morning.
As I made my way, ooh, fancy. God, the art's so fun. I love the art. As I made my way up the stairs of the bedroom, I glanced back. Mallory was already curled up on the couch, looking quite cozy. I couldn't remember the last time I had anyone in my home, even briefly. I'd been so careful for such a long time. I didn't know where she had been, or if she'd been careful as I was. But when my gaze fell on her bandaged leg, a prickle of guilt surged up. Good night. I finished climbing up the stairs and flopped down on my bed. Oh, dude, a loft bed, a balcony loft bed in a cabin. Oh, that'd be so cool. That'd be sick. I was so exhausted, emotionally puzzled, and mentally drained. It didn't take long for me to fall deeply asleep. Chapter 3, Germination. Not really sure how I feel about that word in this context, but we'll go for it. And I mess around with the audio a little bit because it's a little loud. Okay. I woke as usual to the happy sound of roosters crowing in the garden. The sky was clear and the early morning sun was bright and cheery. You'd think a morning like that would have put me in a great mood, but no. Rain hitting the roof, yeah. Do sleep, the rain, oh, it would have been so good. Natural white noise. All night my dreams had revolved around strange bugs infesting the cabin, hordes of them squirming inside through every crack. I must have been tense all night because my neck had a painful kink in it. I'd have definitely woken up on that proverbial wrong side of the bed. Well, welcome back from ads, everybody. You just missed. She went to bed, we went to bed, and we had a dream about bugs. So that's all you missed. Not much, but we are awake. I suppose I'd forgotten about my house guest, or at least hadn't remembered to think about her yet. I was busy making a list in my head of work I needed to get done today. That's when the smoke alarm started shrieking. What are you doing? What are you doing to my house? I bolted upright in the bed. There was someone in my house and I'd let her in. And yep, I could definitely smell something burning. I rushed to put on some real daytime clothes and barreled downstairs. Mallory stood in the kitchen, looking mortified. A little smoke hung in the air, but I didn't see any flames. Phew. Grabbing a chair, I jumped up to silence the smoke alarm.
Thank you. I'm really so sorry. I tried wafting a dish towel at it, but the alarm just wouldn't stop.
That doesn't...
I didn't wake you, did I?
Yeah, you did.
Oh.
Yeah, I did not sleep through the smoke alarm. I wasn't really listening to her. I was too busy creating space between us and looking at the source of the smoke. There was a pan of charred black mass sitting in it. I didn't know what she'd burned, but she'd really burned it. What is that?
Oh, I thought I'd make you breakfast as a thank you. My mom used to have the best recipe for potato pancakes that would always fuel me for the day.
I love potato pancakes. I love potato pancakes. I'm so hungry, dude.
But these...
I just ate.
Well, I'm not totally sure what happened. I never used a stove like yours before, so this batch
Is it a
got
gas stove?
Overdone. Maybe I can scrape off the burnt part.
I would assume you want an electric stove, right? That'd probably be more efficient.
You know what?
I think it's
Forget
gas,
I
though.
said that. It's all burnt part. I'll
It's
just
all
clean
burnt
up my
part.
mess
No.
And then I'll make you a new batch. And I will definitely be more careful this time.
Hang on. Did you say potato pancakes?
They're the best. It's too bad this first batch didn't turn out.
Where'd you get the
because I spent
potatoes
all
from?
morning digging up the potatoes, washing them, peeling them. They were so tiny it took extra long. And I was worried you'd wake up before I could finish.
You picked my potatoes. My inner Mark Watney is crying right now. No, don't steal my potatoes. I need them. Electric stoves. I will say, my mom recently fully remodeled and updated her kitchen to like the most absurdly, not absurd, but like very, very high tech. And she got an induction cooktop. Oh my gosh, that is the craziest and coolest thing ever. It's so cool. I love induction. I don't know how I'll be able to go back to a normal one. It's so awesome. Induction cooktops are crazy. You don't even have just a special kind of pan, but oh my god, they're so cool. They boil water like instantly, and like they control temperature to like 0 degree. It's so awesome, and they're really safe too, and pretty efficient. So awesome. I love induction cooktops. But yeah. Yeah, Ferris pans. You could also use cast iron, which has it in there. But yeah, we have like a nice big cast iron pan, but we have a bunch of other Ferris pans. All right, but how did you get my
Luckily,
potatoes?
I've got some other treats on the go as well, so you're not going to starve.
Please stop stealing my food.
Let me turn on the toaster real quick.
She turned up, reaching for her toaster handle, but the microwave was running and the kettle was boiling in. Wait, stop! And it's all done. Too late, she overloaded the solar panels inverter, and just like that, the kettle, the microwave, toaster, and the kitchen lights all shut off. Why did you do that? Mallory, having plated the overdone pancakes for some reason, dropped the plate in the alarm. It smashed, flinging shot. Wow, she was making a great first impression. I like a klutzy girl, it's fine. Well, in anime, I don't know if I'd like them in real life. I think it might be a little endearing for a bit, but then when you deal with the consequences of klutziness, I'd be like, okay, let's work on this. I don't think it would be like a deal breaker, but I feel like it's not as cute as I thought it was. This is very expensive. You've broken 30 plates, Mallory. I need to start charging you. It smashed, flinging shards of itself across the floor. The blackened pancakes bounced like rocks. Sad potato rocks.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to make you some breakfast. I didn't mean to cause so much trouble. I'll clean this up.
I sighed in frustration. All I had wanted was to make coffee and sit down at my computer just like every other morning. I couldn't do that now because I had to get the power sorted out and check to make sure she hadn't completely destroyed my precious garden.
Are you angry with me?
How was I supposed to answer that? This is outrageous and unfair. I'd be a little baby boy. Even though it's the Star Wars quote. It is the Star Wars quote. I really want to say it. I really want to. You know what? We only live once. Surely it's not going to be bad, right? Let's just put a little save here. I haven't even made any saves yet. This is outrageous. This is unfair. My cheeks burn with insult. I pointed aggressively at the mess on the floor. Bye, potatoes.
Oh my. If only I had known how strongly you felt about root vegetables, I wouldn't have.
Didn't I tell you not to touch anything? This is my home. You're not even supposed to be here.
I know. I'm sorry.
All right, I feel bad now. No, I feel bad. All right, I have to be nice to her from now on.
I'll make it up to you. I promise. I'll make sure everything is clean and perfect before I go.
Was she crying? Oh my god, she's like sobbing, dude. I let out another heavy sigh. I felt a bit bad for snapping at her, but I just couldn't deal with it now. I turned away. What did that say? Rip potatoes, suffer through breakfast with Mallory. That was the achievement I got. Nice. I turned away and went to haul on my work gloves and my boots. I'll be out in the yard for a while. I went out. Is she crying? Oh man. I went out and as I pulled the back door shut behind me, I heard the soft sound in the kitchen, like a heavy sigh or a stifled sob. Wait, was she crying? I mean, you did kind of yell at her. I shouldn't say you, we. I feel like this is me now. What did I get myself into? All right. For real? I can't believe... Continued muttering grumpily to myself as I strode out into the garden. You're also crying for the innocent potatoes. That's true. Sure, they can't be bad. But yeah, I know. I really thought it would be funny Star Wars. I just wanted to say the Star Wars thing. I thought she would get it. I thought it was a reference. And I took a deep breath of fresh air. Fresh, cold air. It had an autumn bite to it. But the sun was warm. It felt instantly calmer. Well, she'll be gone soon anyway. I kind of hate what I did. I hope this is just the writing and not just me. I took my time that morning dealing with the power issue and making the usual rounds. Happy hens, check. Busy beehive, check. Did a rough count of the firewood in my shed and made my way back around to the front cabin. I stopped by and saw the bloody animal trap where Mallory had gotten hurt the night before. Dang, it must have been painful. They felt pretty bad. The traps were only supposed to be wards, something to keep my bubble a little safer from the dangerous wildlife. Never meant for anyone to get hurt. I looked at the trap, wondering if I should rethink my setup. Yeah, you probably should. There's no need for you to have this. Because also, do you know how incredibly lucky you have to be to step in it? There's so much gaps between them. This is so unnecessary, dude. We're gonna move it. I decided to move the trap and set it further away from my house, closer to the woods. Maybe next time I'll catch something less likely to ruin my day. Okay, that was a bit harsh. She didn't mean to ruin my day. A rabbit would be good, though. I ignored the sudden craving for rabbits too and finished with the trap. Wandered down into the garden. Right away, I could see where Mallory had dug up breakfast. I surveyed the overturned earth with a heavy heart, noticing a handful of small potatoes uprooted and abandoned. Well, I couldn't always plant something new here. It was right time of the year for garlic. The sun had already climbed high into the sky. I was feeling almost warm enough to peel off my sweater. I figured I should probably go inside, maybe eat something, check on poor Mallory, and get to work on my computer. Right away, as I went inside, kicked off my boots, something didn't feel right. It took me a moment to realize, wow, she really went to work. All right. The mess was gone. There were no brooms on the floor, no garbage bags waiting to go out, no scattered crumbs or dust bunnies cities. Everything looked so clean. It literally sparkled, but how and why? Had Mallory done all of this just to make up for the little breakfast fiasco? I mean, you did kind of yell at her. I kind of yelled at her. I need to stop putting my blame. I said that. I chose that option. Whoa, this is really nice. Like, really, really nice. As I looked around, all she had done, I started to feel like a bit of a patooey. I figured I should apologize. But where was she? She hadn't already left, had she? And I heard something coming from the bathroom, the sound of splashing water, and a small voice humming a happy tune. My heart sank. She wouldn't. Without thinking, I threw open the bathroom door. Yeah, you probably should have knocked. Why did you not knock, man? We stared at each other, both of us shocked at my intrusion. Then my brain kicked into gear, and I tore my gaze away from her. But it was too late. I had seen everything, including the bathtub full of water. What are you doing?
I was just taking a bath.
I pointed in the direction of the bathtub, keeping my eyes fixed on the door frame. That's my water supply.
It's still warm if you want to use it.
Oh my god. What? Did you not get it? That's my water supply, my fresh water, my drinking water, my everything water. What are you thinking? Why did you use so much? Panic was really setting in now. What if she ruined the cistern dry? Run the cistern dry. I'd have almost nothing until next rainfall. And you knew when that would be.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea. I had no idea. I'm so sorry. I really didn't know. Oh man. I'd never run out of water before, but that was because I'd always been so careful. This could be the very day I'd so deeply feared would come. How do you survive this way? It's like you're constantly wasting things. Is this why you were out in the rain last night? Did your bubble decide to kick you out because... All right, hold on. Well, let me finish this line. Did your bubble decide to kick you out because you don't know how to think before you act? Here's a new theory. What if the world is actually fine and this guy has just been like Truman showed into thinking that the world is still gone? Because she didn't mention anything about being sick. So maybe this guy has been like, he's been so far removed and his only access to the world is through the internet. And if this is like a Truman show, I don't know why I'm thinking this. Dude, imagine. It's Mallory bathwater. Ronan, oh man. I need some more tea. Also, I love this song. This gives me like Stream Cafe vibes. I should look up who did the music for this. I know it's in the credits somewhere. Okay. Her mouth popped open. I immediately felt bad for shouting. Dang, I really was in a bad mood today. Just finish up in here and don't drain the water, okay? I'll repurpose it for laundry or something. I didn't want to acknowledge my own anger or the tears that had sprung out of her into her eyes at what I had said. In any case, I needed to check the rain barrels, like right that second. I turned my back on her and walked away. Hell, I give it up, Mambo Ice. Mallory a gamer. The real $10 million question. I guess we'll have to find out. I don't know. We don't know much about her right now. For the rest of the afternoon, I sat on my computer waiting for Mallory to leave. I just couldn't stop thinking about her. And by that, I mean I couldn't stop thinking about how naive and careless and wasteful she was. Nothing to do with her shimmery eyes or how sweet she seemed to be even when everything else was horrible. Nope. The good news was after I checked the rain barrels and the situation wasn't as dire as I feared. As long as it rained again sometime in the next few weeks, we'd be okay. He said weed. He said weed, as in we would, as in she's staying. Still, I sat at my computer for a long time, entirely unable to focus on my work. When Mallory finally reappeared, she was holding a cardboard box of my old clothes for some reason. She was still only wearing a bath towel. That made me feel all sorts of uncomfortable feelings, and I tried extra hard to keep my eyes on the computer screen. Then you can buy truckloads of drinking water. Yes, of course. Makes sense. Weed, yes.
Weed. This is now a stoner game. A stoner visual novel. I just pretended to type. I noticed the box had more clothing in it than before. I even saw some of my favorites peeking out. Oh, she's gonna do my laundry? Ask her what she's up to. Just ask her what she's up to. Cleared my throat. Loudly. Mallory looked at me. What are you doing with those clothes?
Oh, I was just going to go through them and sort out what's good to wear. I hope that's okay.
Huh? That didn't sound too worrisome. Maybe she is finally getting ready to go? Right. You're welcome to take anything that doesn't fit me anymore. I'm sure you could use some warmer things to wear out there on your travels. I turned quickly back to my work, hoping that I hadn't hurt her feelings with my not-so-subtle reminder that I didn't want her here. Why do you care about her feelings? Asked my brain. You already told her she's not welcome. She'll be gone soon either way. I hyper-focused on my screen. In another couple of hours, I still had nothing done. Suddenly it was dark out, and I was starving. Mallory still hadn't left. In fact, she was in the kitchen. There were nice, savory smells wafting my way. I logged off and shut down my computer, quickly but casually, making my way over to her. Found her tending 3 separate pots on the stove, all of them simmering and steaming pleasantly. How dare she? That's such a funny reaction. How dare she? Dude, I mean, listen, I get that, like, the housewife thing is like a trope, whatever. Putting all that, like, you know, stuff aside. I can't imagine. I mean, maybe, I guess if it was your food, I don't know if I would be mad. Be like, oh, stop making food for me. You're so annoying. I don't know, man. I don't know. I get that this is a character, but like, I don't know. What do you mean, how dare she? Nothing was burning this time either, which made me feel annoying, feeling like impressed and kind of excited to eat that. Mallory noticed me standing there and smiled way too brightly.
Oh, good, you're finished working.
Why are you still not
That's
wearing...
perfect, because supper is ready.
Okay. She started dishing out the oddly fancy-looking meal into 2 large plates. What is all this?
It's all made from freeze-dried proteins and grains I found in the pantry, and some spices, which, by the way, make all the difference when it comes to flavoring a dish.
Oh my gosh. Although I am a little conflicted because this is my stockpile.
Oh, and I only used things that were already open, so I hope I didn't overstep again. I can tell you work really hard, and I know I made a mess of things, and I just really wanted to make it up to you. I'm determined to have a net positive impact here.
Okay. She thought I'd been nice? I was suddenly very concerned about how low the bar was for her. I also couldn't help but feeling a little charmed by her determination. I wanted to let her know that I did actually appreciate her efforts. Well, this does look incredible, and the smell of it, I'm pretty sure I'll be licking these plates clean. You did wash your hands before you started, right?
Yes, silly. And I still don't have any symptoms of any sicknesses either.
Okay.
So come on, let's eat. I want you to enjoy it while it's hot.
There was something so endearing in the simplicity of her delight. I smiled as I took a plate and sat down at the far end of the table away from her. We ate in silence. The food was really delicious. I wouldn't have guessed that she had it in her, not based on that morning. I wonder if I should try to get some answers out of her now, I thought, and cleared my throat. How's your leg feeling?
It's not too bad.
I should probably take a look at it after supper. Clean it up, put a fresh bandage on it. Pretty important. And then I suppose we should talk about getting you home?
Right. Home.
I mean, I don't know if you have a family or a group or whatever, or if you're out on your own like me, but you don't exactly look like, you live in the forest? So where are you headed? She lifted one shoulder, visibly uncertain. Surely there must be someone somewhere?
I'll figure something out.
Is she just a runaway? Hang on, no, I want to make sure you're going to be okay.
I thought you just wanted me to leave.
I mean, I think he does, but he doesn't want to send you out there to die. Ideally, I'd like to know at least something about your situation. Maybe I could help you. She looked away.
That's sweet of you, but I'm sorry. I'm just not ready to talk about it.
Okay. We fell quiet once more. Just the awkward scrape of the forks on plates to fill the silence. I considered her as she sat across from me, so beautiful as it was as if she were a digital painting. Don't put that in there. You don't have that cheeky laugh. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. You didn't say she were a digital painting. Don't put that Oh, you can't see. There's a little because this is a visual novel. Get it? It's an Octo. Hello, Octo. How are you doing? Welcome to Cabin Fever. Good to see ya. Can I just ask one more question? Why are you still wearing that towel? She looked at me blankly. The last few morsels of food balanced on her fork fell back onto her plate. She glanced down at herself again, and then up again. Hands clapping against the side of her face.
What? You mean I've been wearing this the whole time? Oh, I can't believe it. How do I forget these things? Oh, it's
While
so
working,
embarrassed.
Mumbo.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, thank you for the hydration and stretch care. We're lurking while working. I hope the work goes well, Octo. Okay. Woo. Hope your working is fun, Octo. I'll just be reading, so you can treat me like audiobooky too today, because I'm just reading through a visual novel and having some very interesting comments every now and then. So basically audiobooky too. Can't believe it. Oh, that's her line. I can't help laughing. I felt like I was finally catching on. She was a bit of a space case, that was all, and her mannerisms made it sort of adorable.
I'll be back to clean up as soon as I'm decent.
Alright, I don't know. Maybe, I feel like she has like some kind of short-term memory. I don't think that's klutzy. I don't think space cases forget that they're wearing no clothes. I feel like that's like short-term memory loss. You can only be so much of a klutz before I'm like, okay, you have like probably some kind of condition. You're not just klutzy, you forgot to put clothes on. That seems different. The occasional Mambo. Yes, the occasional Mambo. Audiobook with Mambo. Narrated by Mambo. Her efforts to flee quickly were hampered by her leg. She ended up limping away in search of clothes. Mumbly exasperated. Give me a second. Exasperated.
Exasperatedly is
Exasperatedly. Okay, cool. Thank you. Mumbling exasperatedly under her breath. Then it hit me. I hadn't even considered how much pain she must have been in while she cooked and cleaned and tried so hard to pay me back. Pay me back for what, though? I only wanted to help. I hadn't even done a good job of it. And now I was trying to send her away, knowing full well she had nowhere to go? No, I couldn't do that. I felt like I had to make things up to her. I tidied up quickly from the supper and returned to my computer, where I booted up my 3D printer. I didn't use the thing often, but it was there for emergencies, and this seemed urgent enough. I managed to find a design that was close to what I imagined and set everything up, stood back to watch the printer do its thing. What do you mean we have a 3D printer here? Why do we have a 3D printer? And Fufu, you could have a redeem where you say Mambo after every sentence. That would be kind of funny. That would be really funny. Just then, Mallory emerged wearing a dress.
Oh, you already cleaned up. I guess that's it then.
She stood beside the table, leaning on it for support. I stood up in front of the printer while I worked. Oh, you're making a boot. I was like, what is he printing? He's making a boot for her. Yeah, you should stay. Also, I'm sorry I've been a total boot hole to you. Coming up with words on the fly is gonna be funny. She looked up at me, nervously clutching the sides of her dress with her tiny hands. Her mouth opened as she closed like she didn't know what to say either. So I just kept going. It was kind of a shock to have you show up here, and I haven't had anyone visit ever, because this has always been my space, my family space. I guess I felt sort of invaded. But now I realize that that's stupid. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I wouldn't feel right making you leave when you're clearly in a bad spot. I have the means to help you, and there's no reason why I shouldn't. If you want to leave, that's fine, but there's no rush. Cool? There's no rush. The new game coming out in 2026. She smiled softly, her eyes seeming to glitter. Cool? Oh, because I said cool. I was like, that's a crazy response. Behind me, the 3D printer finished its work. I turned around to make the sheet of gauze, or to take a sheet of gauze with the cute potato pattern I had printed, hoping that it would amuse and lighten them. Wait, you printed onto the gauze? Why? Can I redress your leg now? The pattern on the gauze made her giggle, and she nodded and sat down, propping her leg up. I prepped once again for the uncomfortable closeness that was necessary for this task. Scrubbed my hands, put on a mask and a pair of gloves, and went to sit by her with the first aid kit. I can't read. We chatted idly as I cleaned and packed her wound. Afterwards, I got her set up on the couch and bid her goodnight. I wasn't exactly tired, but I figured it was better to leave things off on a pleasant note before things got awkward again. I climbed up the stairs and to my loft and lay on my bed, staring at the ceiling above me. Why are there fireflies in your house? Is the house on fire, or do you have fireflies in your house? It's very cool, very aesthetic, but we either need to get out of the house or call a what do you call the guys who kill bugs? I forgot what they're called. What are the guys that kill bugs? Exterminator. One of those two options. I thought about how angry I'd been with her actions that morning. I thought about how scared and uncomfortable I felt throughout the day. How was it now? A matter of hours later, I could feel such a gentle fondness for the very same person who made me so upset. Moody hermit, I accused myself. Yeah, you're probably right, I thought in reply. And with that, I closed my eyes and waited for sleep. Chapter 4, Growth. Wouldn't be much of a nuisance, would they? Maybe. I don't know if I'd want them in my house, though. To be landing on you. Although, in this case, it looks like dust particles. But they were glowing last night, so... I don't know if I'd want fireflies in my house. I don't think they would hurt that much, but they'd definitely be, like, landing on you. And you'd have dead fireflies all over your house to clean up, you know? What do they eat? I slept soundly that night and woke up feeling surprisingly good. The sun was shining, my body and mind were refreshed, and once again, something smelled delicious in the kitchen-y kind of way. Hey, I can get used to this, thought my brain. I rolled my eyes at myself as I hopped out of bed. This was the start of a new routine. It had to be. Mallory was there now, and I didn't want either of us taking advantage of each other. I wondered if she'd like to learn about the systems I had set up for living off-grid. I definitely needed her to understand why certain things were important, like conserving water, obviously. She might actually enjoy being involved with the work I did on the daily. Maybe we could share the load. She could be the Sam to my Frodo. My heart felt kind of bright and big. My heart felt kind of bright and big at the thought of having a friend, even just for a while. It was something to break up the mind-numbing monotony of that sweet post-apocalyptic lifestyle I'd been living. I could be an okay teacher. I taught a few online courses before, for beginners who want to learn C#. C#! My coding bros. Teaching someone how to feed a chicken shouldn't be all that harder, and yeah, I think probably feeding chickens is probably easier to teach than teaching programming. I'll give you that. As long as they're not in my personal space of food, they seem nice. Yeah, I guess, yeah. I just don't want them to be like landing on me during the night, you know? Not that I'm like scared, but like it'd be annoying. Be like, oh, get out of my ear, dude, you know? But I don't know. Maybe they don't care. Maybe they don't care about landing on people. I treaded softly downstairs and snuck up into the kitchen. Some egg medley bubbled away in a skillet, and a pot of rice was boiling over. Mallory stood with her back toward me, struggling to reach something up high in the cupboard. Your pot is boiling?
Oh, you surprised me. Good
Oh
morning.
man, where'd you get the apron from? Where did you get that apron from? Also 1 egg. Egg! If you know, you know. She moved back to the stove to transfer the rice off of the heat, then picking up the skillet and gave the eggs a good toss. I slept okay, how about you? She smiled, wiping her hands on the apron. It was my mother's apron. Oh. That's kind of sad. Actually, and I was pleasantly surprised to see it. It had been tucked away from the bottom of the drawer and forgotten about for a long time.
Great. Your couch is super comfy, and that blanket is so cozy and warm.
Good, I'm glad. My gaze drifted to the open cupboard behind Mallory. Did you need something from up there? She looked at the cupboard and let out a nervous giggle.
Yes, please. I was looking for aspirin and I thought I saw a bottle up there, but I couldn't really reach. I didn't want to risk standing up on a chair or something with my leg.
Is it getting more painful? I did notice a little redness yesterday. Well, it's going to be super red. I didn't think I was infected. Hornets now? Yeah. That's a crazy jump scare, but yes, I do agree. If they were hornets in my house, I would leave. Although, honestly, I probably wouldn't be too scared because I've dealt with bees in my house before. It's not fun, but I've dealt with them. I feel like I should be either allergic to bees or I should be deathly afraid. And I was for a little bit because back when I was about, I think 5 years old, me and my brother were playing out in one of my aunt's like houses. And I unknowingly stepped on a ground bee's nest. So yellow jackets, there's a version of them called ground bees where they live in the ground. They make like nests in the ground. And I stepped on one and they all got mad. And they stung me. I got like 15 stings. It was a lot. My brother he got away clean. He got one on the forehead. And I think that one was a wasp. I don't think that was actually a yellow jacket for him. But yeah, I got stung 15 times by yellow jackets. By a whole family of them. And then for the rest of the day, I was terrified. Absolutely terrified. Like there was like a fly in the living room and I was like screaming in the corner because I was afraid. But now I'm like not allergic to them. At least I don't think. I haven't been stung by a bee in a long time, but I'm like not afraid of them. I've let honeybees land on me before. Now, I mean, yellow jackets, wasps, I'm not scared of them, but I don't mess with them. But like honeybees, no, I'd let them, you know, mess around. I'll let them land on me. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I should be scared, but I'm not scared of them anymore. But I think the main thing is because I think there's something about bees and like those kind of things. They sense your fear. And if you are scared, they will attack you. But if you're not, they just kind of chill. And that depends on some kind of bees. Like wasps and certain kinds of like other bees, they'll just sting you. They don't care. But the nice thing to know is that if a bee is bumping into you, if you feel a lot of bees bumping into you, that means they're pretty mad and you should leave. There's a lot of them, they'll just bump into you and then they'll sting you. So if you feel like you're getting bumped, you might want to go away or you're going to get destroyed. But yeah, I don't know. Bees are pretty cool now. I'm sorry for stepping in your house. That was a reasonable reaction from the bees. Justified response. I did step on your house. I apologize. I deserve that. And I think we're even. I think we're even now. I think we're cool. What am I talking about? I saw some videos of the gigantic death stacks into trees. Yeah, they're huge. Massive. Now let's wait. You're not feeling sick, are you?
No, it's just the leg. It's a bit achy.
I motioned for her to switch places with me, keeping some distance between us while I reached up and grabbed the aspirin bottle out of the cupboard. It was still half full, yet I hesitated a moment, reluctant to share my supply, but then I could order more, along with that first aid kit I needed to replace. I set the bottle on the counter and stepped away, so Mallory could take it. She smiled so brightly that dimples appeared on her cheeks.
Thank you so much. You're the best.
They didn't draw the dimples, but close enough. Although, now that I think about it, I don't think I've seen an anime character with dimples. You have those little blush highlights. Have I seen? What if I just type in anime girl with dimples? Because I don't know how you would draw dimples. Okay, it's just like photorealistic drawings. Yeah, I don't... Okay, I guess sometimes they just throw in like a little black dot. Oh, that's just AI. Yeah, it's just a ton of AI. All right, I don't need AI, dude. Okay. Yeah, there's really not many. There's not that many. Interesting. Very interesting. I pressed my lips together, trying not to smile. Apology not accept. Declaration of war shall be sent into the coming weeks. Yes. The B movie part 2. E2 stepped on a nest. We're still standing too close to one another. I took a few steps back, clearing my throat. Maybe it's time for another temperature check, just to be sure. I went to grab the scanner and came back. Could you, move your hair? She lifted her bangs off her forehead so I could get a clear reading with the temperature scanner. After a few moments, the happy sound of a beep let me... Whoopsies. Can I get history? History. Let's see. The happy sound of one beep let me know that she was fever-free. Okay, you're good, but we should keep social distancing until enough time has passed to know for sure. Mallory nodded, and she untied her apron. Then she did a little twirl on her good leg and offered me a plate.
How's this for a second attempt at breakfast?
Whoa, that is not what you made. That is not what you made. You made a sunny side egg. You can't turn a sunny side egg into an omelet. How did you do that? You're a wizard. How did you turn a sunny side egg into an omelet? Also, I like the little steam effects. I don't know if it's coming through on stream because of the bitrate, but the food looked glorious. Yeah, this omelet does look insanely good. Fresh cut tomatoes, basil, little parsley on there. That looks incredible. God, that looks so good, dude. I really want to make an omelet like that. Oh man, that breakfast looks so good, man. Oh, I gotta get this thing off my screen. I knew the eggs were fresh because I'd collect them myself just a few days prior. But still, what she had done with them was beyond impressive. Rough chopped vegetables, some herbs, and this gave splashes of color to the omelet, which was stuffed with steaming hot rice, speckled with even more seasonings. The whole thing had a downright heavenly aroma. Suddenly, some good old Shakespeare came into my brain. Did my heart love till now? Forswear it, sight, for I ne'er saw true beauty till this breakfast. No idea what he's quoting, what play, I don't know. But also this man knows Shakespeare, impressive. I thought to myself, you are a nerd. Yeah, you probably are, but Shakespeare nerd's pretty cool. Not the worst thing to nerd out on. Well, you seem to have learned how to use the stove properly. She blushed. Oh no, I hadn't embarrassed her. I meant that as a jokey, complimenty thing. You've been alone too long, I said in my brain. Really, this is amazing. I don't deserve it. We enjoyed our breakfast in the dining room table. Second breakfast. Have a nice breakfast with Mallory. Just reading the achievements. We enjoyed our breakfast at the dining room table, sitting across from each other just like the previous night. Through the great big windows at Mallory's back, the yard looked bright and inviting. Looks like we'll have great weather today. I was thinking about doing some work in the garden for a while. A place like this needs a lot of maintenance. 10 acres of greens. 10 acres! Who is this Jeff Bezos man? 10 acres. I know it was his parents, but like, geez, man. Romeo and Juliet, the quote where they first met. Ah. So does that mean you're a nerd too, Gare? It's okay. You're a cool nerd. We like Shakespeare nerds. A place like this needs a lot of maintenance. Oh yeah, all off grid. It's constant running to-do list to keep everything going.
It seems pretty amazing. Is it hard to take care of it all by yourself?
I don't know, man. How do you take care of 10 acres of land by yourself? Yeah, we're definitely all nerds for sure. But we I had no ending to that sentence. I just said we all, and I assumed that my brain would fill in the sentence. I have nothing to add to that. I have no way to finish that sentence. Moving on. It could be hard work, but it's worth it. Ah, it's not much, but it's honest work. Missed opportunity.
Well, what can I do to help?
I looked at her, a little surprised. 60 minutes of Anvor videos? Yeah, that is a fair point. You make a good point. Ask her to join you in the garden. You should relax, stay off your feet. I am conflicted. It's day 2. I'm trying to think what I would actually do. I would say I probably would tell her to relax. You've done more than enough to help me anyway. And anyway, with that injury, you should be resting more than anything else. I have lots of books on the shelves over there if you just want to sit and read for a bit while I'm working.
I'd much rather be outside enjoying the nice weather.
Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted her to do. I didn't just want her to be like chilling alone. She could come outside, but I didn't want her to just, I don't want her to work. Sure, you can totally sit on the porch and read a book. I can't read.
Or I could come with you. You could teach me all about how you live off the land.
Okay. I don't mind doing that.
We should get to know each other at least a little bit, shouldn't we?
She had a point. It had already crossed my mind that I should acquaint her properly, or acquaint her with the property and the way I did things. I conceded. All right, then I guess you'll join me. I thought about insisting we both mask up if we were going to be spending the day in close proximity, but I thought about it more, and since we'd be outside, lots of space. I mean, listen, if she was infected, it doesn't matter. You're way too close. It doesn't matter. You've already been cross-contaminated, so it's just send it. Since neither of us had any symptoms, I imagined it would be fine. As we headed outside, I offered Mallory a jacket. She declined. I was skeptical that she'd be warm enough in her threadbare dress, but it was her call. At least the sun was warm today, and there wasn't much wind. I let Mallory lead the way through the garden. She would stop and examine all the different growing things, all the fruits and vegetables, and more than enough for one person. I often had an overabundance of produce, so I would end up canning a lot of it. Okay, nice. You chose not. Yeah, dude, imagine if you didn't move the trap. That's probably what it was. I bet that would happen. Well, I don't know. See, I don't know how much branching path there is. Granted, when they did Hush Hush was not a branching path. It was more a like a check-based or like a points-based thing. So it was like things would happen if you had done something in the past, but it's not like there were multiple. I don't know how to explain that, but you know what I mean? Where it's like the story was always the same no matter what. I mean, there were sad or side endings if a character died or whatever, but there weren't branching paths. There was one main story that had different ways to get there. But I don't know if this one is like that. Like if I'm getting points by the way I answer, or if these are true branching paths. I don't think it is branching paths though. I think it's similar to the same, where it's the same overall story with tweaks. Except for the potatoes, rip.
Oh my gosh, are these strawberries?
There she stood in the strawberry patch. A look of total wonderment on her face.
They look so plump and juicy, and they're so red. How did you grow them?
You put the seeds in the ground, and you water them, and then they grow. They're actually the easiest thing to maintain around here. They grow like weeds. Pretty much wherever I get 3 whole harvests out of this patch. Every year I get 3 whole harvests out of this patch.
Really? What do you do with all of them?
I make my own jams, put them in salads, make smoothies, things like that. I dehydrate some for easy snacking too. Ooh, dehydrated strawberries, I don't know. I'd rather just eat a strawberry. Freeze them, dude. But I think they're best right off the bush. You're welcome to have some. Her eyes widened. They were huge, and they were actually twinkling now. How did she do that?
I've never eaten a strawberry before. Are you sure?
What the heck? What are we living in? I know it's post-apocalyptic, but like, it's not that post-apocalyptic. We're just online isolationists. It shouldn't stop the production of strawberries. Never? Jeez, yeah, help yourself. Just put your index and thumb right behind the stem and pinch it off. Oh, she's so cute. She's so pretty. I watched her reach out in search of the perfect strawberry to pluck. Watch out for slugs. She paused, stuck her tongue out at me, and selected her perfect first strawberry. It's not a joke. There's probably slugs in there.
Oh, wow. These taste just like sunshine. I could eat these every day.
You probably could. Strawberries are pretty healthy. You can make fruit leather with dried fruits and berries. Ooh, fruit leather. That sounds so good. Man. All right, we have our last ad break of the night here. Hope you get some fun and entertaining ads. I will fill you in with what Mallory thinks of the strawberries after you get back. But I will see you after the ads, and then we'll wrap it up here in about half an hour. Feast away. Couldn't help but want to offer her everything just then. The happiness radiating off her was like addictive or something.
Oh, look. This one's shaped like a heart. Ooh, this one here is huge. Look how shiny and red it is. It's like something out of a picture book. Oh, there's a little bug munching on that one. Enjoy your meal, little bug.
Bug? No, kill him. He's gonna ruin my harvest. Kill the bug. Eat it. I smiled to myself while Mallory chattered away, eating strawberries by the handful. I picked up my rake and started to take care of the fallen leaves that were encroaching on the garden. It's a Native American originated food recipe. That I think I remember reading about that, because where I live, we have a ton of Native Americans. So we had a lot of Native American history, and I feel vaguely I remember reading about fruit leather. Mallory noticed and came over.
Can I do that?
Her smile was brighter than the sky above us. Oh, no, that's okay. You need to go see on your leg.
My leg feels fine. Please?
She just looked so earnest. Reluctantly, I passed her the rake. While Mallory took care of the raking, I made my way to the other end of the garden, where I worked at pulling weeds. Pretty soon, I had a bucket almost filled, and when I looked around for Mallory, I saw her standing beside her leaf pile in progress, pausing to catch her breath. I felt bad for her to take on the raking. She probably ended up feeling pretty sore afterwards. Still, it was nice to have the help. I could already tell that the chores would go quicker this way. I watched her until she finished her little break and gone back to raking, or rather until she spotted me looking at her and gave me a big thumbs up, which I pretended I hadn't seen. Pulling up the weeds. I shook my head to myself, tossing another fistful of leafy stalks in the bucket. Something about this girl stirred up my insides. She was like a cartoon princess, too happy and determined, almost too good to be real. I, for one, definitely wouldn't have been tough enough to pick up a rake with a leg injury like that. If anything, I'd have sat on the couch playing video games until it healed. So, I felt a feeling. Why did I pause like that? Why did I take that line? I went way too hard on that line. I was like really in character there. I was like, so I guess I felt a feeling. I was partway between admiration and total bewilderment. Because there was Mallory, her pale squin, her pale squin, hee. There was Mallory, her pale skin glistening as she did my yard work for me, her dress swaying and dancing around her thighs as she moved. Wait, am I still looking at her? I thought I went back to weeding. That's kind of a funny line. I had to put an end to this distraction. I looked at Mallory. It looked like Mallory was just about finished anyway, so I carried my bucket over to her. All right, welcome back from ads, everybody. We have decided to let Mallory rake for us. Well, she really wanted to, so we let her. So now we're watching her. We got distracted. How beautiful she was. Looking good. Work. Well, good work. I mean, let's move all this stuff into the compost bin.
Okay, what's that?
I showed her the bin as we filled it up with weeds and old leaves. I gave her the rundown. Basically, I put all the dead plant matter and vegetable waste I have into this tumbler. It's a sealed container. It traps a lot of heat inside and helps the stuff break down. See the handle on this side? I use it to turn the tumbler so everything gets mixed together. And then once it's broken down, I mix it with garden soil. The compost gives the soil extra nutrients, which helps the plants grow. It's kind of like a circle of life. I save all the peels and ends from the produce I eat and turn them into compost and use them to grow more stuff. So the garden really provides its own nutrients and the next crop of plants that grow here.
Wow, that's amazing.
I did here's some interesting E2 lore. So the school I went to had like a little mini agriculture area or a section of it, you know? And I was helping some guys because I was in the video department or the digital arts department. And I had like a mini internship where I was making a whole video on digestion or compost and anaerobic digestion. It was honestly a super interesting video that I ended up making with the guy. It was really cool. It was pretty fun. Like my first real paid video project. It ended up falling through and we never ended up finishing it. The professors ended up ghosting us. I mean, we got paid for it, so it's fine, but you know, it was funny. Honestly, everyone should be doing this. It's a big part of reducing waste.
It's like a big friendly leaf monster. Num num num.
She fed the last of the garden waste into the mouth of the bin, then patted the top of it as though praising a dog. Honestly, I probably would do the same thing. I do that all the time, just pet inanimate objects. I nearly snorted with laughter. She was too pure for this world, really. For a few moments, we stood together admiring the garden. It looked so clean and healthy now. Then, with a twinge of anxiety, I noticed how close we were to one another. How closely we'd been working. But it was probably fine. She seemed healthy. More than healthy. She was handling her injury remarkably well. Was that the so-called power of positive thinking at work? Never mind, I lurched backwards, looking into her in horror. Are you feeling sick?
No, sorry. It's just my throat is dry. I'm really thirsty.
Okay. Oh, right. We've been working for a while, and now that she mentioned it, I felt pretty parched too. Phew. I'm gonna get some tea. I'll go get us some water. I dipped inside and took a few breaths. I went to fill up a couple of stainless steel water bottles. Wow, I'm telling you, dude, every single touch in this game is kind of crazy. It could have been like a cup of water, but they specifically said a couple of stainless steel water bottles. The detail in this game is really fun. Everything was fine. Her temperature had been written from normal from the get-go. She had no fatigue, no symptoms of the virus at all, apart from that one cough, which was justified. Still, it was a reminder that I shouldn't be letting my guard down. When I returned outside, I found Mallory staring up at my roof with one hand raised to shade her eyes from this intense sunlight.
What are those? They look like shields for your house.
Yes, house shields. I looked up at the roof where she was pointing. Oh, sort of. They're solar panels. And they look like they could use a sweep, actually.
Why? What are they for?
They absorb energy from the sun and turn it into power for the cabin.
What? Really?
Okay, how sheltered is this girl? Here, face toward the sun and spread your arms out. She hesitated, then raised her arms up, closed her eyes and tilted her head so that her sun lit up her pale face. Feel the warmth? That's energy from the sun, or as I like to call it, a nuclear furnace that sits in the sky 150 million kilometers away from us. Kilometers?
What do you mean? Is this not America? I hope she says, what's a kilometer? That would be a really good response. The solar panels take that energy and convert it into electricity. That current makes its way down to a charge controller, which turns the current voltage for the batteries. My computer, my appliances, and lights are all modified to run off that DC voltage. Oh, and the charge controller is hooked up to that battery to a battery that can store all that incoming energy. So we can still run the power for a while, even when the sun has gone away. I hope my explanation made sense. For someone who had never seen a solar panel before, the concept might be a hard one to grasp. What is a kilometer? That's like one of my favorite videos. What the F is a kilometer? It's so funny.
So you capture the sunshine and turn it into energy? Isn't that like what flowers do?
Yeah, that's one way of thinking about it. The twinkle in her eyes had returned. She continued to gaze up at the panels in awe.
It's like magic.
It is kind of crazy.
If we'd had something like this where I grew up, then the citywide power outages wouldn't have mattered so much.
Her smile faded a little. Suddenly the conversation felt heavy. I wanted to ask her to tell me more, but I was afraid. Yeah, give me a few minutes to sweep the leaves off the roof. Then we can go say hi to the hens.
Ooh, okay.
They're over there, just FYI, in case I happen to fall to my death or something.
What?
Don't worry. If that happens, you can just bury me in the garden. My corpse will give lots of nutrients to the soil. That's a really good line. She gasped, clearly horrified. I couldn't keep a straight face anymore. I laughed.
Don't kid around like that. It's not funny.
I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was a good joke. It was a good joke. You should do it again. Sorry. I'll be back in a few. You rest. I grabbed my ladder and broom from the shed and headed up onto the roof. I swept all the leaves off the solar panels and cleaned out the eaves troughs. Are they called gutters? Eaves troughs? What do you mean gutters? This must be a British person. Is Sad Panda Studios British? Have I not noticed this for whole... Oh no. I didn't notice that. Interesting. I'm just assuming that eaves troughs is a British thing. Let's see. Eaves troughs. Eaves troughs and downspouts. Okay, it's not a British thing. I'm just dumb. The difference between guttering and spouting? Traditional continuous spouting, which is better? Plumber Auckland. Maybe eaves troughs are not gutters. What are eaves troughs? They are gutters. Do you know if French came up with the metric time? Wait, French came up with the metric time too? Wait, what? 20 hours in a day, 100 minutes, 100 seconds? That would have been nice. But honestly, I think it's at least it's not that bad right now. Okay, so yeah, an eaves trough is a gutter. Very cool. I paused to gaze down at Mallory in the garden. She looked. Also, can we pause this scenery? Beautiful. It's incredible. Also, yeah, you can see like so much like green and stuff like overtaking that city. That's really cool looking. She looked so at peace among all the plants. Butterflies had gathered nearby on a patch of wildflowers, and she was smiling at them. I didn't think I'd ever seen a sweeter scene. I looked across the distant hills at what remained of the city. That was where Mallory came from. I'd assume so, but now she'd confirmed it with her comment about the power outages. The thought of her living there almost hurt. Even on my rooftop, I could see how everything had fallen into despair. How is everyone, like, that's eye shot. You could see this cabin from the city. How is everyone not flocking here, being like, yo, what are you doing here? How does he not have visitors all the time? I remembered the long ago announcement of public buildings that would be closing down indefinitely. Sports stadiums, movie theaters, malls, and offices had all been shuttered. Even apartment complexes and private homes had to change. People were moved and shuffled around as fences went up and shared spaces became inaccessible. Anything to keep the people apart from each other, or at least in their own small safety bubbles. I hadn't set foot in the city in years, and looking at it now, I had no desire to ever set foot there again. With a sad sigh, I turned my back on the ghost city and climbed from my roof. I met Mallory in the garden and forced a smile. Ready? She seemed so excited as we made our way to the chicken coop. For a moment, I even thought I saw a spring on her step, but then I realized it was just her limp. That's good. Was the aspirin she'd taken wearing off already? Well, aspirin isn't gonna like take the full pain away. It's gonna help it a little bit. The chickens clucked with extra enthusiasm when they saw that I had company. When I opened the door to their fenced-in area, some of them flapped their wings furiously, sending feathers flying around, making Mallory laugh. For as long as they've been alive, I've been alone. So they're either happy for me or scared of you. Not sure. I pulled the gate shut behind us. Mallory was already saying hello to each individual chicken, giving them compliments and asking them how they were enjoying the morning. Then she saw the chicks and she gasped.
Babies!
Babies. Chicks are so cute, man. Did I not mention that? Yeah, they hatched a few days ago. You can pick them up if you want. One of the elementaries, they get a little group of chicks and it's like a science project for the kids and they get to hatch them. And it's so adorable. It's so adorable. They put him right next to my office and I get to go look at them whenever I want. It's so adorable. She looked up at me, her eyes doing that shimmery, sparkly thing again. I saw that there were tears there, and I thought or hoped that they were tears of joy.
They're so cute. Are you sure I can touch them? It looks like they'll break. They're so tiny.
Funny, that was exactly how I felt about her. Oh my god, she's not that small. How big is this dude? Is he like 8 foot? She's not that small. Yeah, they'll be okay. Just gently scoop them up in your hands.
Okay.
She carefully held out her hands. Some of the chicks came closer, investigating her, and it didn't take long before a couple of them volunteered to step into her palms. Mallory let out a small squeak and lifted the chicks up to her face. The chicks reciprocated with their own happy peeping noises, dancing in her hands as she stroked the golden down with a single fingertip.
They're so soft. I love them.
I believed her. It was weird. I couldn't fathom loving something so easily or so quickly, but Mallory did. And I had a hunch that she'd taken a bullet for those baby chicks, or that she'd have taken a bullet for those baby chicks. They look so chunky, I know. They're so thick. Oh, big chicks. They're so plump. I love them. Chicks are so soft, though. I love holding them. Sorry about the smell, by the way. I'm used to it, so I guess I forgot about the coops. They can get pretty smelly.
I don't find it bad at all.
She continued to pet and play with the little chicks. The whole scene just was too precious. Do you want to feed them? There's a bag of grain just behind you. She looked over her shoulder, smiling, and gently set down the chicks so that she could reach for the bag. She took out a small handful of grain and scattered it in front of her. They do be eating good. They eatin'. They really be eating. All the chickens loved Mallory. They nibbled at her dress and danced around her as she fed them. The clucking intensified with every handful of grain, becoming so loud that Mallory started to laugh.
They're so happy.
I nodded. I try to give them a good life, even if it's only a short one. Yeah, wait till we get to the butchering. That's gonna be a real funny. Wait till I kill these guys. It's gonna be so funny. Oh my god, man.
Huh? What do you mean?
Yeah, we gotta kill these guys. I'm gonna eat them. They're gonna be really tasty. I love holding the dead chickens, or the cooked chicken. Oh no. It's like, oh, what have I done? They're gonna live a very long life, Mallory. I'm never gonna touch them. Why did I say that? Why should I say next? Let's change the subject this time.
She doesn't need to know that we're gonna eat these guys later. Well, short, because chickens aren't very tall. Chicken nuggets for dinner? Yeah. You know what is tall though? Aliens, I bet. So, what are your thoughts about the possibility of intelligent extraterrestrial life anyway? Oh, that is a segue. That is a segue, man. You know, I thought I saw a UFO once, but it turned out it was just one of those wacky inflatable flailing arm flailing tube mans. I know that guy. I know that one. I know that reference. Wacky, wavy, inflatable arm flailing tube man warehouse and emporium. Buy them, because after his gut-busting divorce, he is filled to the brim with wacky, wavy, inflatable arm flailing tube mans. Bail this guy out. Go buy one of them. Shouldn't aliens be tiny? Yeah, that'd be so funny if they were actually tiny. He was just wrong on this. No. I saw them. I saw the look of dismay on Mallory's face and let my voice trail off. She stroked one of the baby chicks deep in thought. Yeah, you're gonna have to kill this one later. I mean, you want to live on the farm, Mallory? You gotta kill a chicken.
I guess life is always too short, no matter who or what you are.
Yeah, but we're gonna end this life prematurely because I'm hungry. Life is short, but their life is shorter because I want chicken nuggets. You can quote me on that one. That is a solid E2 quote. Life is short, but theirs is shorter because I want a chicken nugget. Man, I don't think I could ever do it though. I could never kill an animal. I mean, I could kill like an ant. I've done that before. I don't think I could kill an animal, man. I would feel so bad. I think I was on, somebody asked me once, it was like a weird, like one of those like dumb questions where it was like, reasonably and realistically, what kind of animal, well, living being, ice. Okay, I'll change it from animals to living beings. We'll go living beings, right? So, or living thing, I guess excluding plants, you know, living thing with motion. I guess, I don't know. I need to stop adding qualifiers, but I don't know. I forgot what answer I said. I think it was like a rabbit or something. I don't know, but it was like, the question was like, what animal do you think you could take on and like end? Like, what animal could you realistically like kill? And I was like, I don't know, man. Probably like a rabbit, but like I don't think I could ever let myself down for doing it. Like even if it was like a bear, I don't think I could ever like forgive myself. I don't want to do that. So even if it was a chicken, I could not do it. I couldn't go like hunting. I mean, the only exception I might make is like if it's life or death. I don't know what my flight or fight's gonna do. I probably won't, if it is life or death, I probably won't regret that. But man, like butchering for food or stuff like that, or just like hunting for sport, or even if it's hunting for food, I don't think I could do it. I could barely catch fish, or no, I could catch fish, but I like catch and release. I do catch and release if I ever did fishing, which I've done in the past. I haven't recently, but I couldn't like catch it and then like watch it die as I put it in. No, man. Catch and release for me. We're destroying hundreds of living microorganisms whenever we step. Okay. All right, guys. Okay. You're making this very hard. I'll take away the mambo. If you keep going, I'll take away mambo. I'll take mambo away from you. Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, life is short. Mallory leaned down to nuzzle the chick again, whispering,
I love you, little chick. Have a really fun day, okay?
Yeah, because we're gonna kill you in 3 months when I'm hungry. She giggled softly. Then she got to her feet and turned to face me.
Thank you for bringing me to meet them.
Of course, anytime. Life is short, kill an ant now. What are you, the ant bully? I will say though, after I watched the Ant Bully movie, I definitely did not kill an ant for like at least 3 months. So I was like, man, I don't want that to happen to me.
I feel bad. And then I just was like, actually, it's probably all fake, so I'm just gonna kill ants again. They're eating our house. I gotta kill them. I cleared my throat and mentioned to Mallory to lead. I mentioned for Mallory to lead the way back to out of the coop. I followed her out, shutting the gate behind us. Shall we head back inside? She nodded as we strolled across the grass. Cheep, cheep, chirp, cheep. Introduce Mallory to the chicks. I felt a little awkward when we went back into the cabin. There was an unhappy tension, but I didn't know if it was just me feeling guilty or something more. I tried to inject a little perkiness into my voice. So, there was one more thing I really wanted to show you today. It's the most intricate and nerdy of all my systems, and by far my favorite. She tilted her head questioningly. Remember when I said I have a fish? Well, it's a bit more complicated than that. It's actually a phishing operation where I scam people by sending phishing emails on my computer, and that's where I get all my money from. I actually lied about being a computer scientist. I just create phishing scams. That's a fish with a PH. The fish are actually part of a system I use to grow the plants and food indoors. That way I can have at least some fresh things to eat in the winter.
Oh?
It's called aquaponics. He has an aquaponics system? All right, how rich is this guy? I know he said writing the programs is lucrative, but like I have a couple freelance coder friends. They did not make this much. They make a fair amount of money. If you're a computer scientist and you get a job, you can make a fair amount of money, especially in the private sector. But freelancing, no way. This guy, he had a few government contracts, but like, I don't know, maybe government contracts probably pay a ton. Government contracts don't usually go to one person, they go to a company. Where are we going? Yeah, so at the very beginning of this, where are we getting the money for the property? So the property the parents got because the parents were super rich. I don't think we know why, but the parents had this, like, this was like a summer house that they had. This guy is super rich because it's the lockdown and all the companies needed like online software, so they needed code to be written, and this guy writes so much code for these systems. He said like he had like schools, government agencies, big businesses, medical research companies, they all contracted him to do stuff. He's not the only person writing code, but he's had a ton of contracts to write freelance code for softwares that are used online now. So that's how this guy got all his money. And he's still working. He didn't like make it big and then quit. He's still working. But that's apparently how he got all his money. I also don't know how many years he's been out here for. So this could have been something he's been working on for a decade. But I doubt it. I don't think he's that old. She smiled softly, like she was charmed by the idea. That was a relief.
Okay.
I want to know where this guy has the facility to host an aquaponics thing. Aquaponics to have food for a winter. I led Mallory through the cabin into my aquaponics room. It was sort of tucked away since I always kept the door closed. It was easy to miss. Oh, okay. That's actually not that crazy. I thought those would be much bigger. This makes sense. I found myself oddly excited to show this to her. I felt almost proud as I opened the door, revealing the dim room on the other side.
Why is it so dark in here?
Yeah, I know the purple light, it's kind of strange. It's because those are grow lights. Why am I stuttering? I'm just giving this guy a stutter. It's all part of the character. Their wavelength mimics the sun and gives the plants the specific red and blue light they need. It's a way of tricking them into thinking they're outdoors. Not that the plants can't think. Some of them do. There's some evidence to show that they kind of do. She smiled. She smiled like, oh my god, like she thought I was maybe a little funny, which lifted my spirits even higher. I followed her all the way in the room. It wasn't something I acknowledge often, but this is my favorite place. Caring for the plants and the fish, watching them grow and change and live, gave me a feeling of connection I didn't quite get from the outdoor garden or the hens. I didn't even feel a connection like that with the other humans. No matter how many forums I joined, or chats I took part in, or emails are sent or received.
This is amazing.
Told ya.
I know, but I wasn't expecting so many plants. You have so much food.
It's all lettuce. This guy is on 100% lettuce diet. He is the true final boss of vegetarians. I only consume lettuce. I felt a twinge of guilt for how upset I'd been over the potatoes she'd burned. She walked down the rows of potted plants and fish tanks, murmuring hello to the fish, examining the water feeding system and the grow lights. Imagine it all through her eyes, the eyes of someone seeing something like this for the first time. It must have seemed like a mad scientist's lair or something. She paused, peering more closely at one of the fish tanks.
Why are there plants growing out of the tank water?
Technically, they're not. They have their own water. It's just being cycled through the fish tank as well. That's how they get nutrients. I pointed out the tubes that cycled the water. It's like a circle of life. This is the second time he's used the circle of life metaphor. Come on, man. You can't use the same one twice. It's a good question. Why are we getting the money for that? I already read that. I feed the fish. They produce waste. The waste contains ammonium. That gets converted into nitrates and then into, nitrites, then into nitrates, which the plants can use to grow. These tubes carry the tank water up through the filter, and the filter traps all the bits of waste gunk that won't help the plants, and lets the now nutrient-rich water run through and into the plant pots. It's all a careful balance of everything working in harmony. If I feed the fish and keep all the filters clean, then they're all able to take care of my plants for me. Mallory watched the fish swim lazily back and forth, her face filled with wonder. I grabbed the container of fish food and held it out. Here, feed them. Just take a bit and sprinkle it in. I smiled at her encouragingly.
Okay.
She took a pinch of fish food out of the container and gently sprinkled some flakes into the tank. The fish swam excitedly towards the flakes, opening and closing their mouths. Mallory smiled and gave them some more.
They're really hungry. Looking at them feels peaceful.
Dude, honestly, fish tanks are pretty sick. I've never done it. I have a friend who's owned and maintained a fish tank. I don't know, man. If you've done that before, you just get it. You get it. You know? There's something about owning and maintaining a fish tank that brings you so much peace. Yeah. I haven't, though. I haven't done that. But I understand it, because I've witnessed it. I watched her watching the fish, and I imagined showing her how to set up a system like this from scratch. I imagined us doing it together. Planting seeds from her favorite flower or a special fruit she'd never tried. Celebrating the first bud and the first harvest. Mallory startled me by asking very suddenly,
Who taught you all of this?
She was too close. I took a step back and bumped into the shelving behind me. I feel my face warming up. Well, my parents used to take care of their plants sort of like this when I was young. And then I taught myself a bunch more by reading or by trial and error. She shook her head a little. Her gaze fixed somewhere far away.
My family had nothing like this. There was one grocery store in our neighborhood. We'd have to wait in line for ages, and then the shelves would be practically empty. We had to scrounge and make do with food that was either spoiled or just plain not enough.
Oh my gosh, what is happening in the city, dude? How is this guy living so well off the land?
All these systems you use. If we could have had something like this, then maybe...
Whoops, I skipped a line. My stomach had felt tight. This was it. She was opening up. She was finally going to tell me where she'd come from, what kind of life she had, maybe even what she'd been doing out in the rain that night. I didn't feel ready. Why was my heart beating so fast? She looked so somber as her mouth came open hesitant. And then she said,
I love that you wanted to show me all this stuff. But, what do you do for fun around here?
Oh. She nudged me and gave me a cheeky little smile. Okay, so much for that idea. I forced my own smile, averting my eyes. Yeah, I know. All work, no play, yada yada. How about this? Let's go make some tea and go get something to eat, and I'll show you my video games. She nodded, suddenly grinning just as brightly as she had been that morning. As if that day had been her... oh my god. As if that day had brought her no sadness at all. She said goodbye to all the fish and went back to the brightly lit hall. I followed close up the room behind us. We ended up spending the most of the afternoon playing on my tablet and snacking. When I showed Mallory my favorite retro game, the Idle Clicker, Crush Crush, with just the right balance of dopamine inducing rewards. Just subtle flex. Yeah, we made that. I will say though, I agree. I will shill Crush Crush till the day I die. It's such a fun, well-balanced game. For an idle clicker, you do need to watch a ton of ads, but it's an idle game, so like it doesn't really matter. You just need to watch a ton of ads and you can get most of the things for free. And the story and it's the characters are really funny and really funnily written, so play it. Free to play. Yes, I have paid, but I've only paid for things that you have to buy. Like I bought the Peanut exclusive date because there's no way to like get it through grinding. The only things I've bought are things that you cannot grind for, but most things in the game you can just grind for. So play the game. You can be free to play. It does take about maybe 3 to 4 months to fully max out and complete the game, and then you can just focus on collecting gems by watching ads and unlocking the non-main girls. But yeah, if you really focus on it, you can just beat the main game in a couple of months, max out all the multipliers and everything, and then you're free to just kind of chill. Do the little mini events, collect the special girls, and, you know, watch some ads for some diamonds and just, you know, do some stuff. It's good. All right. She was so excited about this, and once again, her enthusiasm was infectious. I used to hold the record for fastest speedrun of this game, you know?
You did not. There's no such thing as a speedrun of a clicker game. And if there was, that record would be held by a bot.
It probably would, but let's just take a look. Crush speedrun. There is a Crush speedrun. It's on Mio's channel. Okay, that's cheating. Mio, you can't have the speedrun world record. Oh, but there is a Mio speedrun, a Cassie speedrun. Okay, so there are speedruns of specific characters. There is a Crush leaderboard. Oh my god, guys. Guys, I could get on the Crush leaderboard. There is a full leaderboard. A full leaderboard of all the different characters. And nobody has submitted. There are no submitted runs. There are no... Wait, no, there's one. Full game runs. Is there a full game run? Hold on. We gotta see this. Any percent? New Game Plus. There's one New Game Plus. Guys, I could have the any percent world record for Crush. No one has submitted a run for Crush. I could have the any percent Crush run. What do we need to do for that? Now, granted, this is the PC game. This is not the mobile game, which is the one I play. For all runs, you need to have required. Okay, what are the category rules? Timing starts after completing a full reset and ends when the credits play after Copernicus. Choosing one of the normal anacanes. Using the view credits. To activate the credits. Okay. I'm starting to realize why nobody has submitted a run for this, because that would be like... that would be like months. That might take months to complete. I think I understand why nobody has done that. Okay, however, full game, let's do levels. What if I do Cassie? Like, yeah, what if I just pick, wait, is there a Peanut? Is there a Peanut level? Could I have the Peanut run? There is a Peanut DLC. Or a Peanut speedrun. Show rules. Timing starts after you confirming a full reset and ends after getting all 8 memories from the girl you are running. Without help from the events, Peanut is the only extra girl that you can get for free. You just have to... okay. Complete her phone fling, and then it could be skipped after doing a soft reset of the run. Ooh. Complete her phone flirting, but doing her phone flirting can be skipped if you do a soft reset. Okay, interesting. Guys, I mean, that would still take days. I think that would still take days. What is the one run we do have? New Game Plus, 46 minutes, or 42 minutes. Category rules, New Game Plus run. Okay, so a New Game Plus is you're just doing it with like maxed multipliers. And I've done that before because I have maxed out on my phone. A New Game Plus run would roughly take about 42 minutes. Actually, I feel like it would take less time. No, because then you need to build up your coins and there's no ad multipliers. I'm gonna watch that guy's speedrun. This is I'm gonna genuinely think about this. I genuinely kind of want to have the Peanut world record because she is my favorite and I do love her the most. I could be the Peanut speedrun world record holder. It could be me. Man, did they put this in the game because they knew? No, Crush did not have a leaderboard back when this game came out, for sure. Man, we tease each other a little like, I gotta go to bed, man, it's past my bedtime. We tease each other like that, laughing and sharing a lot little meaningless anecdotes, and I didn't notice her shifting closer to me, getting more comfortable. We were too comfortable. Comfortable silence took over. Then Mallory leaned against me. She's sleepy. Oh, is that our neck? Too nervous to move, I looked down. Her eyes were closed. She was falling asleep. For some reason, I let her stay here on my shoulder. I studied her. The ornate brooch she wore on the sweater dress, the cute pin she wore in her silky hair, her creamy skin, her narrow shoulders, the plunging white lace bra. I shouldn't be examining that one, but my throat tightened up. This is not okay. Slowly, with deliberate care, I slid away from her, used the throw cushion to lower her onto the couch, trying my best not to wake her up. Placed a blanket over her. She continued to breathe deeply, in and out, unmoving. I think she's dead. What if she died? That'd be crazy. According to my clock, it was only just past 7. I was surprised Mallory had fallen so deeply asleep already. She looked around. She looked like she'd oh my god, she'd be there for the rest of the night. Maybe I shouldn't have let her help with so many chores, I thought. Then, I was getting pretty sleepy too. Crept into the kitchen as quietly as I could, make myself a nightly cup of herbal tea. All done with mine. We'd snacked all afternoon, so I wasn't hungry, but that cup of tea before bed was an absolute must. Carefully, I carried my mug upstairs, settling in as not to disturb Mallory. It wasn't long before I was dozing off. Tea only half gone, my body had only been warmed by the fire, which made it all too easy to drift off to sleep. That night, I dreamt of the chicken coop being empty. There were only traces left behind by the hens. Their feathers were scattered everywhere, on the ground. Coyotes must have spirited them away. My dream brain thought. I remembered pocketing one of the feathers and walking through the woods in search of them. It was a very strange dream, unlike any other I'd had before. Chapter 5. Maturation. I'm done. Making a save.
Alrighty. Well. This, as expected, I'm having a good time. I'm really liking it. We got a lot of good setup. It's feeling, I don't know, it's going somewhere. We got a train whistle. 10:30 at night. There you go. We got a train whistle. Yeah, I'm really liking this game. Yeah, I mean, I've liked Crush. Obviously, I liked Hush Hush a lot. I'm definitely seeing how this was their first one. You know, this is their first visual novel, but I'm still impressed. The art is still incredible. I still love the art style of this game. It's very cool. But yeah, I hope you I hope you're enjoying this. It's really fun. So we will be continuing this. I don't know if we're going to be finishing this next stream. We definitely got at least one more stream, but we might get like 2 or 3. I really don't know how long this is going to take. I will say, I think I'll do what I did with the Hush Hush stream, where I'm playing this one on my own, like picking what my heart says. And then if I will look into it and I'll see if there are other endings or if there's a reason to replay it. And if we replay it, I will look up a guide, because that's what I did with Hush Hush. And I think that worked out very well. Just going a guide round 2. I think that was really fun. So we're going to do that. But so yeah, we're going to keep playing, see where the story takes us. Will we die? Probably. I don't know. Maybe we'll find out. Anyway, but next up, Wednesday, we're going to be playing Blue Archive. We're going to be doing the Morio story. We're going to hang out with Arata. I think I think she's in it. I hope she's in it. I love Arata. And then I'll be off on Saturday. I'm going to be taking a little family vacation to see my other family, extended family, for Thanksgiving. And then I'll be back on Saturday. Let's see. I would like to raid the ending where we amputate Mallory's leg. That would be hilarious. It would be sad, but hilarious. I would like to raid Sarah Azura. She is playing Hollow Knight Silk Song. She's a really cool person. She's a little more, has a lot of adult humor, so do be aware of that. But otherwise, she's very wholesome. She's very cute. And she just got a raid from somebody else. All right, let's go say hello to Sarah. Tell her I said hello, and I will say hello too. Alrighty. Thank you all for coming. Have a good night. I'll see you later.